Hey, welcome in, everybody. Hey, Battery, welcome in. Welcome to the game. The Great American Experience happens once again. Let me get rid of this blue. Only my shirt is blue. So, yeah, there we go. It's not that damn cold. It is cold, though. No joke. So, Great American Experience happens once again. Welcome in. I'm the Wizard of Oz, and this is not my show. Um, this is your show. So let's get the party started and see how it goes tonight. Let the links propagate and the people come in. We'll be staying warm, huddling together. There you go. Rock on. Hell yeah. So, yeah, little weather update real quick. We got about 10 to 12 inches of snow out there dumped on top of about a half inch of ice and about a half inch of sleet. And then it snowed 10 inches. So, shit. Going to bed early? All right. Yep. There you go. It happens. I get you. I understand that completely. So, yeah, no doubt. Going crazy. Go crazy, folks. Hell yeah. So, yep. Um, no snow there. Right, right. What's up, Zoom? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, puppies are here, but they're sleeping. And Ranger's outside. He doesn't want to come in. So, we're just having fun. All right. All right. Oh, wow. That sucked. All right. Yeah, I was just looking at the forecast and some stuff going on here, and hell yeah. So let's see here. What the heck? Uh, oh, okay. So they don't know how much snow we're gonna get. They're saying about the 5 to 6 inches potential this area. All right. So the wait for this radar to kick in. Oh man. And this slow ass thing. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Well, here, let me get the link out there. Come on up. What's up, Elvis? Come on up, veteran. Oops, here, hold on, let me do that again. For some reason it didn't work in. There we go. And sorry, guys, I'm just waiting on this damn thing to doggone phone. Hmm. You know what? I think I'm just going to. Well, anyway, hey, Singularity, come on up, bud. Hurry up. Come on, get up here. Hey, Dev, how you doing? Holy cow. Welcome in. God bless y'all. What's up? Come on up. Grab a link. Come on in. Getting yelled at if you walk to the bathroom. That's weird. I hear you, Dev. Yeah. I'm trying to get this doggone radar to work. I'm about to go to a different site. But yeah, come on up. Grab a link and sing. Come on. Battery, come on up. Need a phone cable. Oh, to charge your phone. Getting weak. Yeah. Let's see here. All right. And I think that will give me that. All right, I heard you, Kate. Come on up, Shane. How
Hey,
you?
what's up?
See, now we can see the fire. It was just up my ass before that.
Pretty painful.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Come on up here, get up here, damn it.
I figured I'd come up for a little bit until others start coming up, and then I'll go bug them and chat again.
See how you are?
Usually people will start coming up, though, after about 20, 30 minutes. I noticed that it takes a while for everybody to start coming in.
Oh, yeah. Shadow Man, welcome in. Huckleberry. There's my Huckleberry. God bless you.
I came up to help Emerald out, Huck. I'll come back to chat when others start coming in.
Yeah.
There's
I'm,
one right there.
yeah, I'm wearing a different flannel tonight. Hopefully that makes a difference. I don't know. Shit.
Hey, Battery.
How's it going, Battery?
Hey guys. Well, I haven't done anything this week on the shed. Too wet.
Right. Too wet, too
Yes,
cold
we're
to
just
do
trying
shit
to keep
around
it
here.
dry. The tarp in the front keeps falling down, water pouring inside.
Oh, really? Wow.
And coming up with my neighbor gave me an idea for the roof. Because the wall is not straight, I can overhang it and make the roof square.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Made the
Hopefully.
roof square, huh?
And to straighten up the walls in between the corners, I'm putting 2x4s across, and that seems to pull it straight. But the building is not square. I'm getting straight walls, but it's not square. That's why I got to modify the roof,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
or just go with it and do each truss separately. Then I've been following this trucker thing in Canada.
Okay.
I guess the
Yeah.
farmers are joining in. They're going to bring it up to a screeching halt.
Right. Well, if there ain't no trucks running, there ain't no produce coming off, no product coming from the farm. That's for damn sure.
Now the farmers will lose out big time because their crops are spoiled.
Dude, it's January, February.
Yeah, that's true. There's no
Hey.
crops right now.
Hey, Rick.
Kinda what I was
How's it
thinking.
going? Hey, Carp, could you put Emerald, could you put up the link? Carp wants to come up.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There we go. There you go.
Come on up, Carp. Come on up, CP. I gotta go take my meds.
Okay, now nobody get offended when it starts filling up and I leave because I told Emerald that I
You
promised
ain't
them
going
in
no
chat on
fucking
chat.
way.
No,
You ain't going nowhere. Right there, you're gone.
This is Hotel California. You can never leave.
You can check in any time you like, but you can never leave.
And I ain't checking into Hotel California. I don't want to be stuck there.
Hey, Carp, how's it going, man?
Good, real good.
Yeah, brother.
Forecast in California is eagles everywhere.
I had a friend of mine come over to, just to say hi and, you know, stuff like that. And he drove his tractor over here. he couldn't get his car out of his driveway, so he grabbed his tractor. I was like, that's crazy.
How much snow have you got?
Oh, we got about 10 inches, maybe 10, 12 inches.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's on top of a half inch of ice and half inch of sleet.
That's better you guys than me.
Right.
I would rather,
Dang.
right now it's 10 below here now. I'd rather have that.
Right. It's tomorrow night we're supposed to be getting into the single digits or zero area. So yeah.
It's a freaking cold 44 here.
Shut up, battery. Somebody smacking. He's close. Where's Bill when you need him? He's closer. He can smack you. Oh man. Yeah. Seabird, welcome in. Aaron to tires. Jay-Z. What's up, Miriam?
That viewers number is hilarious. It shows 11. We're at 12. We got rated by a bunch of people, and then it goes down to 11. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's
My
ridiculous.
battery's 79%.
It's not right, dude. I'm telling you. I
Yeah.
don't think that number there. There's back up. Now it says 34.
Yep. Boom.
Yep.
We caught the Twitch fuckery, so they had to reset it. No.
Right, Shadow Man, what's happening, buddy? Snow equals drinking water, right? I don't know, man. Takes a lot of snow to make a gallon. You ever tried to make a gallon of water out of snow? Takes a lot of snow.
How packed it is. Out here in Oregon, it don't take a lot of snow to make a gallon of water. We got a lot of water in ours.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear battery. I don't know if everybody else can, but I can't hear him.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it really is.
I can hear me.
Refresh battery.
Okay.
Yeah. It's maybe just a refreshing issue. It's so refreshing. All right. Just try it again now, battery.
Can you hear me now? Oh, can you hear me? I guess not.
I guess you can't hear him again, Carpenter.
Yeah, maybe it's just mine. I don't know. What can everybody else hear him fine?
I can hear him. Yeah. That's weird.
Maybe I'm just going deaf.
No, it's you're hearing me, so it may just be that he
Does
joined
everybody
back.
else hear battery like they hear Emerald?
Singularity.
Are you saying?
Saying.
In the
Can you hear me
chat.
now?
Can you hear
Oh,
battery as well as you can hear Emerald?
My bad, guys. What'd you need?
Can you hear battery?
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Can you hear him as good as you hear Emerald?
Not quite as good. It's a little lower.
Yeah, I can just barely hear him. I don't know.
Just my.
I mean, to where, like,
not
if
my
anything happens, I can't understand what he says. I mean, I
Right
can
on.
hear him, but
I'll be
Oh,
right back
no.
again. I got puppy dogs running around outside. I got to bring them back in real quick.
All right. Yeah. Carpenter, try refreshing your connection and come right back. I'll let you in real quick.
Yeah, I'll refresh the phone.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It might be his connection. You've already refreshed once.
No, I didn't
Should
do the
be fine.
phone. Sometimes that helps. Plus, I need
Oh,
to go get my. I need to go take my medication.
Well, I think everybody's hearing you fine.
I'm in bed. So. I'll be right back.
Okay, Crazy Legs, how you doing? Bruce Wayne, Batman. Oh, you need a link again? Okay. Oh man. I'm still trying to get this stupid thing to recognize the damn location for my. I don't know what's going on with this weather radar thing. I refreshed it while it was trying to do something, and I guess I might have messed it up. All right. All right, there you are. And then he dropped out. What in the world?
Yeah, I could hear him better that time.
Yeah. And then he dropped out. I don't know what. Anyway. So how's things going up there, bud? Carpenter?
Oh, good. Good.
Any more snow or you got
Nope.
that in?
Nope, just cold. It's all it's been here. No snow.
Oh really?
It's that
At least
boring time of year.
yeah.
I mean, I can go out and go like coyote hunting and shit, but fuck, who wants to be out in tent? It's like the reason I don't buy a snowmobile too, you know. I
Who
loved them
wants
my
to be
whole life.
outside in that shit, right?
Right. I love snowmobiles and they are a blast to ride. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
if I'm going to go out and do something, I don't want to go do it when it's 15 below out.
Right. Right. No doubt. So let's see here. Oh shit. You know, screw this. I'm done with that. I'm not gonna mess with that no more. And
Okay, got my teeth brushed. My dog went to the bathroom. I should be good for a bit.
All right.
there you go.
Yeah, we're setting it negative. Well, now it's -3, but it says it feels like -19.
Yeah, I got one of them little. This has a thing you hang outside, and then you put the other piece. Like I got it in my bedroom, of course, but it sits in here and it'll tell you the temperature inside the house and the temperature outside. And that's why I'm always talking about what temperature is. That's why I post it all the time because it's laying right here. I can look at it.
Oh right.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, my daughter got it for me for was it birthday or Christmas? So I think it was my birthday a while back. And I just it laid around here for like a year and a half. I just laid around in my room. And then I just thought, well, I'm gonna put a couple of batteries. So I took a couple of AA batteries and I slipped it in both of them and put them out. And boy, I used that thing. Me and Jackson watch that constantly.
Yeah.
They are fun to watch, the weather, especially the ones that have the digital barometer, everything on them.
Right. Have you seen the hunting ones?
The handhelds?
No, the hunting where it'll tell you like best fishing, best hunting.
Oh
Nice.
no.
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're awesome. But surprisingly, we watched one. One of the guys that we hunt with over there has one, and we watched it real close. And it's amazing how close that is. Like when it would go down and like no deer movement, you'd go out there and look like it would be a good time for deer to be running around, and you really wouldn't see much. And boy, gosh, when that thing would go up to it'd peg on high, you'd go out there, there'd be deer running around everywhere. I don't know how the thing works or what it's about.
I know. I was looking last night on the weather stations that they sell, the home weather stations, and you can get them fairly affordable. You can spend a crap load too. They got some fancy ones out there, but they've also got this handheld one that you can take with you, like when you're hiking or camping or something, and it connects. It connects satellite through everything. Like you could get constant updates on weather and weather changes.
Right.
So if you're deep in the woods you don't have phone signal, can't check on your phone. This thing's satellite, so it'll connect constantly no matter what, as long as you're in a clearing.
Nice. I wish that, what is that? Starlink or whatever they say, that thing can't be up and running. Or not at full charge.
Not at full. I think right now it's just at the beginning because they've got to put a lot more satellite links up.
Because I'd love to do just like I'm doing right now, but sit at camp with a fire.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And see, I've got a mobile that's it's like the 5G thing, but it goes in my pickup where I can hook up laptop and everything or phones as long as I'm within like 100 foot or so of my pickup. I could connect to it and use it like internet. It's a cell phone little chip that goes in a little box that sits in my pickup, and my pickup's got a booster antenna on it, so they can.
I wonder if you could hook a tablet up to that.
It's just Bluetooth.
I might try that. I never thought about how much was that?
It was, well, I got it through a contract through the cell phone company, so I didn't pay. I think if you buy it flat out, they're like $300 or $400. I got it with a 2-year contract and got all the gear free.
Which service?
And it's through one that's local here called Viero.
Cool.
Oh,
So it's through Viero's in Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas. I don't think it goes much beyond there. But if Diesel's here, he knows which one I'm talking about. Because where I'm at, Verizon is not a real good one to have. There's a spot in here where Verizon does not get good signal. That's what I work off my phones. I'm on, and then I got that thing for my pickup for Viero. But
yeah,
I'm
I'm
listening.
interested in
I
that.
got to do something for a second here.
I'm interested in that hunting barometer.
Right.
Well, I think the best we can come up with, it has to do with like the hours in a day. Then it combines the barometric pressures, and I don't know how what triggers the thing. I don't know, because it tells you how to run it, but it doesn't explain how it runs.
Right, it's an Antikythera device.
Yeah, it's written. It's what we can see. This is the first year we really watched that thing like a hawk. It was just something to do while we were smoking pot, and because you come in at 5:30 at night and you eat and you hang around, and you get up in the morning and you're hanging around. We just watch it for fun. We watched it like a hawk, and it's amazingly accurate.
Fire the bolt.
Yeah, I shot my big buck on 4/5.
And it makes sense, especially with the fishing part, because it's just like fly fishing. You want to do it at, just after the crack of dawn or just before the sun goes down when the flies and everything are going, hovering close to the water.
Yep. So, brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
Oh, I need to make some more.
.com.
I need to pick up some CDs.
I was messing with that stupid thing. Where did Huckleberry go? You still there, Huckleberry? I don't have any.
Carpenter.
Carpenter, can you hear him now?
Carp went to do something real quick. He said,
"Oh yeah,
oh, okay."
You're louder on mine. I can hear you better. Yeah, Bruce, definitely prayers, man. I hope your mom gets better soon. Hey.
Oh shit, yeah, definitely.
I lost a grandmother to cancer in uncle.
Hands of protection around her and heal her.
My grandmother hung on for many years. They thought she had like 6 months. She lived several years. She was a fighter. But she
You bet,
didn't fight
definitely.
for herself. She fought for my grandfather because she knew he would have a hard time taking care of himself.
Right.
See, their generation, the wife stays home and takes care of the house and the husband and the family.
Right.
And the husband brings home the pay.
Right.
Other than that, he doesn't know how to do anything else. Totally different than now.
Yeah.
His
Well,
work at
entire history of man is different than now.
yeah. Well, I learned really good work ethic through my grandfather on both sides, and my parents. My mother worked at home. She was traditional, but she took a job for a while. Didn't really care for that side, so she came back
Yeah.
home. Wasn't comfortable. She preferred to work at home for free.
Yeah.
And my father preferred to bring home the money.
No.
He had 3 retirements.
I'm here, Zach.
Had 3 retirements. He's still around.
Where's Max?
Well, Bruce, was she hit by reindeer?
I don't know, Max. It shows he's online. I don't know where he's at. I haven't seen him today. He wasn't in errands either. Oh, nice. Nice. Dallas watching smooth. Is that over on what is that?
Vaughn.
Vaughn. See, I cannot get onto Vaughn. It wants me to shut down my
Yeah.
VPN every time I try to log on. And no way I'm shutting it down.
It says I got one, and I don't.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I
it
can't
tells
get
me
on mine either.
to log on, you'll need to shut down any VPN or any other something else that you're running at this time. It's like, no, I'm not going.
I like Rumble. I can get on there easily.
I'm currently still on Spotify. I got to see what they do with all this. Oh, okay. Miriam said guest chatting is available now. I should try again. Yeah, I haven't tried for a long time.
Yes, chatting.
We're at Rumble.
On Vaughn to watch Bear. He got shut down on Twitch, and God, I'm like Dallas. I feel so bad for him. He's put so much time and effort into his channel, and then you get some douchebag that complains and gets him nailed.
I'd just be happy it's happening to the left now.
Yeah, they're doing it to each other. They've run out of targets.
Oh yeah, they're turning on each other bad.
It's getting quite entertaining. I might make some popcorn and watch the show.
Yeah, they're starting to eat each other.
It's getting to where the furthest left have more control over the over these large tech companies. That, well, it doesn't help that the owners are so far left, and they're not even left. Let's face it, those owners,
Oh gosh.
they they took advantage of capitalism, and now they want to keep that money and don't want any competition. So that's why they're pretending to be so far left, because, well, they are left because they want, if communism or something like that came on, or if socialism, then they would keep their wealth and nobody else would ever have a chance to compete with them. And
Right.
that's what they want. That's why they're nailing us so stinking bad.
Mike Lindell's doing well.
Yeah. Oh, they would. That's just
Chick-fil-A's
it.
doing well.
The people, it'd be just like if you look at China. If you're not in the Communist Party in China, your wealth will be yanked from you.
That's true.
Yeah. I guess it would feel kind of like I felt back in 2012 when they took my house, shut down my businesses, and put me in bankruptcy.
Yep.
For them.
Yeah.
You can make it without them.
See, that's why I don't like financing right now, because I had, 100, which at the time, now it'd be 350,000. But at the time, this was in 2009, I had $150,000 house that I had paid down to where I only owed 20, like 21, 20 some, anyways, $1,000 on it. Had all my vehicles almost paid off and everything, and they ganked those things so quick. I didn't even know my house was being, because I called them up. They were going to work it out with me since I was laid off of the rigs and everything, and they were going to work it out with me to where I could, make it by. And plus, I had unemployment insurance, a separate policy through the loan. And they went through and they took my house anyways. I didn't even know it was being foreclosed on until it hit the newspaper. They didn't let me know. They didn't send me anything, contact me, anything. They just put it in the paper as on a foreclosure auction. I fought it for a couple of months, and my lawyer, he's like, I hate to tell you this. He's like, you're gonna fight and fight and fight, and they'll draw it out until you go broke. And I'd already lost my job, and he told me if you would have owed 70 to 80% plus on that house, they would have never done it. They would have worked everything out with you, but to where you were almost paid off, they were going to make money.
Yep. That's what they did to me. I only owed, I had $180,000 house, and I only owed like 78,000 on it.
Yep. If you get under that 70, 80% mark, he told me they're going to take it every time and as quick as they can. But and I had everything. So when you were talking about losing your savings and stuff last night, I knew exactly what you meant, because I had everything through Chase, like savings, everything, credit card.
My cards were all paid off. All my credit cards were paid off. I had my house down to like 70,000 off of 130,000 loan, and the value of the property was 180. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And yeah, I only had the way I was paying it, I only had 5 years left to pay on it.
Yeah, I had a 15-year loan. I bet you I only had, because I was paying off all principal at that time. I'd already paid off the interest. You know how you do in the first several years of the loan.
Right.
It's all about a third of your loan is all interest, if not more. And then you finally start paying off principal. And I was down to just paying off principal.
Right. Well, when you go to do the loan, they're like, "Oh, well, you got all this equity over here." I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of the idea, Well, we can loan you the money that you need to, you could use the money to fix up the house or whatever you wanted to use it for." It was like they wanted me to borrow another 10 grand. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, great. And I I got the 10 grand. I spent about 2 grand of it on this and that for the house. And then I started I just took the rest of it and started making big chunk payments, like 2 grand of it at a time on principal. Right after the loan started. They didn't
Uh,
like that.
No, they'll hit you with early payment fees, early
No,
payoff fees on
I didn't have an early payment penalty.
something. Nice, nice. See,
Yeah.
I had to
So,
stretch mine out somewhat because I did have an early payment penalty to where I would have had to pay that interest regardless. But I did that a lot too. Sometimes I'd make, because you know how rig money is. I mean, a lot of you guys have worked on the rigs too. I was able to
yeah.
make, 2, 3, 4 times the payment.
Good night, everybody.
I'll see you later.
Take care, Reagan.
Hold
Or
up,
take
baby.
care, battery.
Yeah.
I get everybody confused.
Yeah. Yeah. That got so screwed up, dude. Yeah. I'm fairly certain it was a political action at that time. Because I
The
was,
shitty thing is, and everyone here knows I used to be a Democrat. The first time for Obama, I believed his whole change thing, and that's why I turned on him so hard because I voted for that prick the first time. And then he shuts down the rigs, takes a bunch of our earnings, and then nailed. I mean, hundreds of thousands of us with shutting down the rigs and the oil field
yeah.
within a few weeks. And all these people say, oh, it wasn't one man. It's like, yes, it was. He signed an executive order that had to do with climate change, and that's what shut down the rigs.
Yep.
So yes, it was one man. And yeah, I turned on him and I came out hard against him after that. He lied straight up.
Yep.
It's all they do is lie
Yeah.
about everything.
And there's on the right and the left, politicians just lie.
Right. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So I hate people calling me a Republican. I mean, I have a more of a central serve, what do you call that? Conservative views and stuff, but I'm not a
Right.
Republican or a Democrat. I don't care. I
Yep.
don't care what you call you. You call yourself whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
Yep.
See,
I
I
used to
learned
call
that
my bad.
I learned, watch what they do, don't listen to what they say.
Yeah. Yep.
That had nothing to do with politics. That was just life in general. When I met people, I watch what they do. I don't listen so much to what they say at first. When I first learned, meeting them. Well, when I
Yep.
apply that to this, it's really a mess.
I'll never vote for another guy, especially after Obama. I'll never vote for another person, guy, gal, whatever, that comes out of nowhere with no background to check.
Right. Right.
Because at the time I wanted somebody new that wasn't really a politician, and that's why I got conned into that one. And I'm like you, I used to consider myself a Democrat. I always considered myself a Reagan Democrat. That a lot of time I would vote Republican sometimes, Democrat sometimes. And now I don't. I just tell everybody I'm pretty much center. You guys can label me however you want, but yeah. Granted, I learned lean conservative on a lot of stuff, but
Well,
I
really,
just
when you sit around in here and you talk to people, they're pretty much we're all. If you look back, when I was a little kid, with JFK Democrats, we're all pretty much JFK. As far as our ideology goes, blue collar, hardworking, free speech, Second Amendment, the whole nine. That's the old blue collar.
Yep.
JFK Democrats. That was
and they're
hijacked.
this right, and they're the same ones that were the Reagan Democrats.
Right.
And see, that's the thing with JFK that a lot of people don't realize. He was trying to change the party for the better, because at that time they were. I mean, they still are. The Democrats really are the racist party, and they've always been the party with a bunch of racists in it. And
Well, he was either
he was
just
trying to
gonna.
change that.
Right. He was either just gonna or just did sign that executive order on silver that our money, silver certificates. He was
Right.
going to put us back on. He was going to put us back on the gold and silver standard.
Yep.
Well, again, still, it's like people say inflation, things are costing more. No, they're not. They're stealing more from you.
Yep.
They're not, things aren't costing more. And
You
if you
know,
go, like the reason I ever got into silver was because back in the 30s, you could buy a gallon of gas anywhere in the country. Well, you can take that same dime, that same Mercury head dime, pretty much get a gallon of gas anywhere in the country right now.
Yep.
right.
So that's why I think that's why gold and silver are used as a standard, because there's not the fluctuation. That what's that word? Inflation. You know what inflation? Oh, we have 10% inflation. No, they just stole 10% or more of your money.
Yep.
It's a made up fucking
Inflation
term.
is another type of tax. Really, it is.
Right. It's just
When you really
it's
break
made
it
up. It's a made up shit. It's made up. Well, we got to find a
It's
way.
a,
Let's name it something that won't sound like
Like
it's
that.
being mean to them. You know,
Yep. Oh, inflation. Yeah. Things just got it more expensive. Nobody knows why.
right? You know what? Another thing. Watch, and I'm not saying nothing about nobody. I'm just talking here in Minnesota that I know of. I got into a talk with a girl at my niece's graduation this fall or whatever. She said that they had made so much money on their house, they were going to get another house. Well, I said, have you been out looking at the price of the new houses? And she's like, no. I said, you're going to find out you didn't really make any money. Because it doesn't do any, what you have to change like geographical locations for that to work. You can't do it like around where you live, because whatever your house went up in property value, whatever you're going to buy to replace it with has went up in property value that same amount pretty much at that time. So you're really not, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So
No, I
whatever
agree.
you make money on your house, then you turn around and got to spend, but you're spending more money than what that other property was worth back when you got your house. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
See, I'm not a very good teacher. I don't know how to explain. It's like that trucker thing the other night. I didn't mean to blow up. It was like we ran off in the weeds on that. It was nothing against truckers. Absolutely nothing. I totally support them 100%.
Yeah.
But
Right.
in your opinions, because you and Emerald, I'd like your opinion. Do you think that before the truckers, nothing to do with truckers, don't wipe them out of your head, erase them from the piece of paper.
I got you.
Okay, before that happened, were they or were they not trying to cut our supply chains?
Well, they were
That's
trying to find, yeah, you're talking about
In
like
general, they were trying to. Why is there hundreds of ships moored out on the east coast or west coast? Why is lumber piled up 12 miles wide, 12 cars wide, 12 miles long, backed up, while the price of lumber in the country is skyrocketing?
right.
well.
Why
Remember,
is gas prices going up when they just shut down the oil pipeline, which shouldn't have mattered anyway, because the price was $1.60 and that pipeline wasn't done yet.
I
Right.
don't know if you remember, but if you remember, I was the one actually defending the way you were viewing it, because I wasn't disagreeing with you.
It isn't
Or
that I don't
exactly.
know if it's a good idea, but I got something here. I've got dug through my papers. And in the first day of a strike, of a national trucker strike, the first thing it loses is medical supplies. And the reason for medical supplies is that they're on a daily as needed basis. It's the highest priority of trucking travel there is.
Right.
So that stops immediately. Almost immediately, it starts to dwindle. All your store supplies, your gasoline supplies, your parts supplies, your every supplies. And like
72 hours.
Don mentioned that night, that the guys are pulling off the road and they're going to the ready mixes. Well, the ready mixes are only going to run for a little while, because the materials used to make that ready mix are stopping immediately too with them.
See, we haul our own on a lot of that in these small towns. We actually haul our own. I'll go up after the powder and stuff like that. But to an extent, yes, because
Right.
it's got to come.
We're talking on
on
a huge scale. I know that there's exceptions to the rule, but then it goes on. It's like, this is them too. This isn't me making this up. This is like the United States Trucking Association. This is what they're
here's the deal.
saying. After
Here's
2
the
to
deal
3
with it.
days, food will start to stop. Essential supplies, water, everything that you could possibly need. That will start to. This is after 2 to 3 days. That'll start to dry up.
It
Then it goes
here's the
on,
thing
and
you got
there's
to look
something
at
here,
though, and
but it goes all the way
here's
up
the
to.
part I
This
here's the
just
part.
concerns me. I don't know whether it's right or wrong. This is just our national trucking company saying this, and it
Mhm.
concerns me. Gas stations. This is at
Here,
2 to
here's the
3
deal
days.
though.
Gas stations will start noticing
I,
disruption in gas supplies. They won't be able to get the gas tanks filled as often. So if you go around and you start seeing out of order signs, you'll know what that's about. That's okay. Then you got that. That's the first 2 or 3 days. Okay. Then you go by the first week. After the first week, uh, all mobile travel, all personal travel, all travel like you, me, and whatever, that'll dwindle. That'll start
here's
slowing down and
it,
cutting
it,
off.
the here's the thing though. We can't take that's what makes their pressure so valid of them putting this pressure on, because even the people that you say were trying to shut it down, and a lot of things were affecting it. There were, and it was a lot, and it was all created, the COVID BS and all that stuff was created.
Right.
But those truckers are regular people that have they found a way that they have leverage and they're going to use it. And that's the thing. It may suck for some people, and it does, and I don't like to see anybody suffer, but it's going to wake people up. I don't think it's something we should fear, that nobody's going to get anything, because these are good people. They're not going to go to the point of where nobody's able to get anything and people are starving. they'll
Well,
they'll
that's
they
that
just got
right
that
there.
leverage with.
You just summed up my point. And that's what my skepticism is that it don't backfire and a bunch of people don't end up starving and stuff.
I
Because
don't
at that
I
point there, I would have went back and just dropped the trucks down into a lower gear and went right through them borders. They'd be able to stop a
I,
couple of them. They wouldn't be able to stop 7,000 of them.
I don't see the leverage then.
I just it just makes me nervous that it just the globalists on the big picture. The globalists are trying to cut our supply lines. That was obvious before any of this started. And then this is
Our,
the one thing that would really could shut, because that's the truckers are the heart of this place. They're what keeps your food on your shelves and your screws and your tires. I mean, they're without trucking, we're screwed. There's nothing. Nobody gets nothing.
that's where the leverage comes in though, and I truly think it's needed. I don't think, and anything can backfire, any type of protest. We've had industry that has shut down before, production industries that have shut down before, and a lot of them are food processing industry. We've had farmers that have shut their businesses down, locked off before, and they've used it to prove that, hey, we're not okay with this. Because
Hey, here. Whoa. I was that. He just hit the wrong button.
Well, yeah, I kind of get.
Here's
I
a
get what
link
he's
from
saying.
Tucker Carlson. Hold on. Here's a link from Tucker Carlson. I just put in chat. He's talking about this right now. The co-organizer taken off of Facebook for planning U.S. Freedom Convoy. Yeah.
Maybe they thought the thing out too. So I would think outside the box sometimes. I'm kind of a fringe thinker.
No, I get you. Well, it is a known concern. It's always been. The
Right.
distribution
And that
channels have always been a target strategically when
right.
dealing with an economy.
Right. And by taking over this, by saying that, was this planned? I didn't mean that the truckers were in on it. I think their intentions were 100% perfect. I got no problem with any of that. My deal
Right.
is, well,
The
like on
consequences
January
of
6th,
right.
FBI went in and subverted it. Well, how do we know that some people ain't went in and subverted this, and that the powers that be have put nations against nations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not just like some countries like trucking lines. They've went nations, multiples and multiples and multiples of nations against each other. They've formatted all that kind of stuff. So I just
Right.
don't put nothing past them. I'm always looking on the edge.
Yeah, not to say that that will be the way it goes, but yeah,
No, no,
that's-
this is just a point. This is just something I noticed.
yeah. But no, they're they estimate 72 to 96 hours grocery stores are empty. It was something
Right.
like that happens, because as soon as the store shelves start getting empty, people start saying, "Hey, better get up here. There's all this shit's gone." They ain't talking like they're not going to get it again,
Right.
And that conversation happens, and next thing you know, everybody's running to the store to get everything they can.
That's all I think about. I just know we're on a slippery slope and a perilous journey.
I barely even hit that darn button. But I was talking away and all of a sudden, whoop, didn't even, I was probably talking another 30 seconds before I realized I kicked myself off.
The thing I've got on here and carried on a conversation for like 7 or 8 minutes, talking and thinking. Then I'm thinking, well, what did I say that I got them all pissed off because everybody's ignoring me? And then I realized my mic was shut off.
Oh, right.
Right.
I mean, I was right in the conversation.
Oh, shit.
And I fully get your concern, Carp, and that's how I am too. I hope people don't suffer. It's just like
Right,
suffering through what we're going through right now. But the worst thing is sometimes it takes that slap in the face for people to really see what's going on, because so many people are lost in their own lives. And at the same time, we can't, we've always got to have it in the back of our heads that, are we being played? I think that's the best thing to do is actually, because then you're aware and you're aware where to stop it if it goes too far, but at the same time, we can't get ourselves paranoid into not doing something and standing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. I don't know what the right answer is or what the wrong answer is, and I completely agree with a lot of your analysis. It's a concerning thing. I truly think that we need to prove that we as working Americans and Canadians have that leverage still over our government. That, proving to them they truly should fear us. We should not fear them.
Right.
That's my opinion on it. But absolutely, I completely
Totally.
get where you're coming from.
Yeah, it was just a point of this thing that I wasn't hearing talk about, but I noticed.
Right.
Where's
Ted, you nailed a lot right on the nose there. The world never had a chance after it opened up its economy to China and actually sent their combined economies to, not even opened it up. I mean, the largest portion of all of our economies went to China. And that's where I'm hoping a lot of this ends up. I'm really hoping that after a lot of this, the supply chain issue is somewhat resolved, because I'm hoping that every country should do it, become more self-reliant.
Right. Now that could be some growing pains, and maybe this is all part of it.
Yeah. Oh, and it would be. I mean, because everything would change.
Right. Maybe it should be. It should do it.
It would get back to how we all remember it in the 80s, and then, even most of the 90s, because even though it was opened up in the 90s, it wasn't real strong. So the 80s and the 90s, and we actually got spoiled in the 90s. And the 90s were actually a really good time. And I'd like to get back to that. But a lot of these younger people, they don't understand how good it was to where you as an employee, you could easily change jobs because it was an employee market for jobs, because they were out there, they didn't have enough employees, they wanted to find more. And now it's the industry that controls that pace. And that's what's dangerous, I think.
Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Dawn.
Cheers.
You're getting a little more movement in your arm, Canoe?
Just a little bit.
Oh,
I
hey,
mean,
Canoe.
maybe
Oh, it'll
like,
be slow, I'm sure.
oh yeah, it's I maybe got like maybe 10% back, but it's like just with my fingers and as far as I can raise my elbow if I support my hand, because
Well, what did the doctor say?
I haven't been there yet.
Oh, I thought you were going Monday.
Yeah, and that didn't happen.
Oh,
I couldn't get a ride, and the Ubers for the day were way too expensive. So I said, "Fuck it." So I'll go next week because the weather is absolutely dog shit out here. I got a blizzard going on.
yeah, that's what you said. I didn't know that.
It's
Like how
been,
much you got so far?
oh, probably about 8 to 10 inches.
Windy?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that's just
yeah.
fucking great.
Like my buddy, my neighbor from 2 houses down today came over about 7 o'clock and did my driveway for me, and we went and ran up to the convenience store down the road, not my store because they closed early apparently. And I just wanted to get a 12-pack of pop and a couple smokes. And it took us what was normally be like a 7-minute drive. It took us about almost 20 minutes to get there
Oh wow.
because the county hadn't set any plows down, and it's just nasty as fuck. It's probably going to continue all throughout the night too.
Yeah, nothing here. Blue skies. Cold, but blue skies.
We're like right on the northern edge of it, but it's nasty out there.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, the pain's not like okay. I for the most part have stopped wearing the sling around the house. Really haven't worn it in the last 2 or 3 days.
Or are you just getting
Except
used
when
to
I
the pain?
sleep. I'm still wearing it when I sleep. But like right now, just sitting at the computer, it's not so bad.
Right.
You might be just getting used to the pain too, is what's happening. This at the first when you're injured like that for a while, it's like your body
Well, no,
adjusts to it a little.
I think it's the rest of the arm is trying to work. I think it's just nerve pain because whatever I disrupted in my elbow, like between the elbow and the wrist, there's a lot of pain, but it's slowly going away.
Right.
But yeah, that elbow is still fucked, and I gotta go into the clinic to get the biopsy done, and then I'm probably gonna have to go to the big hospital downtown. Probably to get an MRI and a consult with the oncologist. I don't know. Bruce, I banged my arm up really bad last week. Slipped on some ice at work, so it was a workplace injury, but I came down real hard on my elbow and did some kind of damage to it, and it was my bad arm. And when they did the x-rays, they found some stuff that they got to check out. So fun.
Right. Well, I'm glad you're doing better though.
My sleep schedule's kind of changed because I'm just up when I feel like it.
Right.
And when I'm up, I try to tire myself out as much as I can. So I've been cleaning house like crazy, doing everything that I can one-handed.
Right.
So that's why I really haven't been on the last couple of days.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we got about 8 to 10 inches of snow on top of an inch of ice here, and they're saying another 5 inches is possible overnight.
Oh wow.
So got all this moisture coming up out of the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to try and do it on my laptop because the radar thing just eats up half the time I have to restart this browser.
It's weird though. It's like all coming in from the southwest, but like the ground wind. With
Canoe,
all
put on that radar you always put on, and then talk.
Yeah,
talk
I
say
can
what
throw
you
that
want.
up in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
and then
like
say,
the snow is actually blowing around. The winds, the ground winds are coming out of the east. It's strange. It's almost like a nor'easter type, but it's not.
Well, ours is coming up from the south, and then the wind's coming out of the northwest. You know what I'm saying? It's like all this weather's coming up, and then meets the nor'easter.
well, you know the cold weather that they're the cold air that's coming down and hitting that warm air mass and making all that snow you guys are dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm dead center in the middle of that cold air.
Yeah.
It's cold, you guys. It's colder than hell here. Now it's 11.
Oh, yeah, we're more towards the jet stream on the far side
Right,
of the
and
jet.
then windy too.
Yeah, because that jet stream dipping down like that, it's just going right over St. Louis. Oh shit! Yeah, I'm looking at. Yeah, Cleveland's right in the middle of the snow band.
Yep. Yeah, I'll pull the radar up here.
Right. I'm not running the radar. I just see the current posting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got another batch coming up. We're still under it right now. It's still snowing. Oh yeah. It's
Bruce, I've
dragging.
worked outside. I've worked outside all day in 30 below air temperature with a 15 to 20 mile an hour breeze.
Really? How do you
If I
do
remember
that?
right, the actual air temperature was 60, 65 below. I've done that a bunch in my life.
Oh my god, I just can't imagine.
Yeah. I've been on some pretty horrid shit. Sometimes you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I was saying right over me. I'm right just below St. Louis. Where the last of the blue spot is. That's where it is. That's where I am, and it's just gonna hang over me for the rest of the night till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. That's really nice to know.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Just gonna sit there and pile on you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we've already got
It's
a foot
like
out
21 degrees. The wind chill is 15. So they're saying snow all night long.
Good snowing temperature though.
Through tomorrow afternoon.
Usually around here, you don't have to worry about snow until it starts getting about up into the double digits.
Probably snow all the rest of tomorrow.
I got put puppies outside.
All right. Saturday and Sunday, the snow is supposed to stop, but then Monday through Friday, more snow.
Why'd Sing drop out?
I don't know. He keeps having. It seems like he's hitting the button, the wrong button, but who knows? Yeah.
All Sing needs is a crayon in a room full of people to talk to, and he's happy.
Good Lord.
Oh, post a link, you guys.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh,
Might want to, that might not be a bad idea. Like when Singh just kind of fucking disappears like he does, you might want to just get in the habit of throwing a link.
Oh, he can get in whenever he wants.
Oh, okay. Even on his phone though, because I think there was a deal with that, wasn't there? Yeah,
I gotta restart my browser.
Yeah, that's a possibility. If he's mobile, he might not be able to get automatically in.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about him.
StreamYard hates phones. Yeah, he says he's good though. He promised the chat he'd chat in the chat. Chattity chat. Oh. Oh. I was watching this video earlier today, Carp. This I don't know where the guy is from. He's somewhere down south. He was down in Alabama on a deer hunt. It was like the last 3 or 4 days of his gun season. Or he was using black powder, and he he had a 30-30 on him, a lever action, and he was going after deer, but he kept coming across other critters. Like he's stalking around the edge of the field and looking for following some deer tracks, and then all of a sudden a coyote comes running up to him, so he boom took the coyote out. And then he gets to the other side of the field, and there's fucking wild pigs everywhere. So he shot like 3 pigs, and then he went back to his truck and switched out for a shotgun and started shooting squirrels and rabbits and shit, and didn't get a deer. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got a ton of bacon."
Yep, filled the freezer, but I didn't know. Didn't see that.
Yeah, he was like boat hunting, getting around different places with Little John boat.
Nice.
Instead of hiking everywhere.
That is pretty fun. You float the streams and rivers around here in the summer, and you're constantly coming around a corner, and there's a bunch of deer standing there at the lower, on the gravel bar in the creek. All kinds of animals. You always floating along, and they just look over, and they're just sitting there in the grass or in the bush or tree or whatever.
Yeah.
I know of a real good float from the center of Chatfield, Minnesota, down through Lanesboro. That is just like game rich and a blast to vote, or to boat float. We're doing duck hunting. So when you go for that species, doesn't matter how many deer, we see all kinds of raccoons and deer and fox and coyote and all, you can't shoot them out of season.
Yeah. Well, I think in Ohio, you're not allowed to use a boat at all for deer season unless you're just getting from one side of the lake to the other, but like you can't actually hunt from the boat. You only do that for waterfowl.
I don't know around here what the real rules on that are. I know waterfowl around here is real strict. You can't have if the motor's running, you can't have your gun loaded or uncased. Yeah. So it's got to be unloaded and cased.
And duck and goose here in Ohio, I'm pretty sure you have to use non-lead shot.
Right. Everything here is steel too.
Yeah, so
that's why them rounds are like they are. You're talking 2 1/8 ounces of steel, but that steel don't fly like lead. It doesn't retain the inertia like lead does. It drops off real quick. So in order to get the same penetration, the flight, the pattern, everything, they've got to jack these shells up. And now they're like them 3.5-inch magnums. When you pull the trigger on one of them, those fuckers are loud and they kick. But you're pushing 2 1/8 ounces a shot. You know,
Yeah.
all jacked
The only
up on.
Magnum shotgun shells I ever fired were just out of a 20 gauge.
No, you gotta see.
Yeah, 12 gauge I've never fired.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
4th of
you're
July.
12 gauge? Oh, okay.
Those are
Yeah.
3. Those are 3 inches, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Them 3 inch ounce and 7/8 slugs.
Yep. Slugs. Yep.
Well, they make a lot of shotguns that are 3.5 inch chambers.
What the hell?
For the
Ounce and
big
8.
magnums.
But there's ounce and 7/8 shot in them 3 ounce, in them 3 inch. And what's the kick? What you feel for the kick is whatever the weight of the projectile is. It's the back kick off that projectile taken off.
Yeah.
That's the kick that you feel when you pull the trigger. So the more weight in the bullet, the bigger the kick.
I have a Model 11 that'll normally load 5 shells, right? But it only load 3 of those 3 inches.
Nice.
And
We shoot 3.5s at geese up here. Turkey and geese are 3.5 inch.
What's
Number
real
2s and
popular
number
around
4s.
here, you guys ever hear of the mini shells that Agia puts out? They're like maybe 2.5 inches, something like that. 2 3/4 maybe. They're tiny, and people use them for small game. Rabbits, and squirrels, and whatnot, raccoons, and you can fit. If your standard shotgun magazine, will hold like 5 shots, you can probably put 8 of them in there because they're so tiny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
but yeah, I was gonna say you fired off some Magnum shells out of a 12 gauge. Yeah, that thing was a beast, though. It kicks like a mule.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. My shoulder was
Yeah.
sore
Ain't
after
nothing wrong with
those
it.
4 or 5 shots I shot.
You don't notice it when you get hunting. You won't even feel it.
Not till later. You'll be like,
Well,
damn.
yeah, but when they're coming in, when they're setting down on the decoys, you don't notice that it's even. You just are banging away. It's rack and go.
You ever see those 8 gauge goose guns?
I've
Yeah.
seen the 10 gauges.
I seen
There's
an 8 gauge 40-inch barrel.
Wow. Punt. What is that? A punt gun?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Now,
I
there
guess.
was I saw a video a couple years back. This guy it was either an 8 gauge or a 6 gauge, and he was
Jesus
doing it in his
Christ.
backyard. And the damn thing almost flew out of his hands, and he was holding it tight, and it probably knocked him back like 2 or 3 steps.
Right.
He
Well,
was,
they mounted
Yeah,
this
that's
thing.
idea.
Right. They say normally when you fire this damn thing, you stick the butt end of it on the ground, in the ground, and then you aim it and fire. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a beast. I was like, I ain't firing that damn thing. It's huge.
Biggest one I've ever seen, like that you hold and point it, like gun, like when you're hunting, is a 10 gauge for geese.
Right. Yep. I've seen those. Those usually break barrel though.
Yeah. I know the old lead ones, if you got to go back to a certain year, I don't know what year it is, but it has to do with the way the shot the lead deforms when you shoot it. It melds down. So the cone where you first light the round off and it goes through has to be bored out and made bigger. And it's slightly, not much, but slightly bigger for the extra powder, and the steel shot doesn't open up like lead shot isn't malleable. So when steel shot goes through there, it retains its like solid mass at that point, and it's blowing them old guns up. So if you have a gun, I don't remember what year, I want to say 88 or 86. I don't remember. Maybe it's 78 or 70. I can't remember. But whatever year it is, if you go back before that, you have to have that gun go in and machined for steel shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are blowing out the sides of their barrels, right there right where the round goes in the gun. You got your hand up on the stock or your cheek on the stock and your hand on the rack in the front. Well, right in between there, it'll just blow right out the side of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think I have any steel shot ammo at all.
Yeah, steel shot's a whole different. They're just, and they're ridiculously fucking loud. Because steel shot, I remember there were times when they first made the jump, they just did just put steel ball bearings in instead of lead ball bearings. That's what they did originally. And when they did that originally, you'd see ducks come into the decoys, and some guy would shoot, and you'd see a little trail of a few BBs that would fall all the way back to right, literally like they were rolling out of the barrel of his gun. So right back to him, all the way on the water, you'd see a trail of BBs. That's how underpowered they were. So the only thing they could do to get that steel to fly like lead does is to jack up the black powder. So they just put more powder in there to do that. Well, then the next problem they had was they couldn't get it to open up. They like regular a lead shot, when it goes through, it deforms the lead pellets, and that's what makes it open up when it goes out in front of you. The air catches all these pellets and spans them out. Well, on steel shots, they retain their rounds, so they fly like a lot. So you have to open the barrel of your choke up. It's like it goes back one whole set, like the difference between improved and modified. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a whole jump. Actually, it's about 2 jumps if you want the God's honest truth. It's about 2 jumps to get steel to fly. You got to open it up twice as far to get steel, the same steel to fly as that same in lead. You have to go like 2 times. It's got to be honed 2 times bigger.
Right. Yes,
So
Miriam.
I went through
We're
that
gonna be
steel.
We're gonna be doing that 4th of July thing this year again. I'm gonna open it up, and we'll be doing the 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, just like we did last year. So yeah, absolutely.
I'll try to make that. I really will.
Yeah. Then
Oh, you'll
it's
love
all it's pretty awesome down here in the summer. We had opened up a
Shoot
lot of
all you want.
campsites and stuff, but yeah, we can set up a range and all that stuff just about anywhere, you know. And I opened up a big area for campsites and stuff like that. But we didn't end up using it. They camped out in the front yard. That was funny. But yeah, but yeah, we got places for RVs and all that kind of stuff too. So motorhomes or what have you, camper trailers, all that jazz. And we'll get it figured out. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be having a get together, and I want to do it again this year, and I have a feeling it's going to be a much better year to celebrate than this past year.
I sure hope so.
I know so. I own it. I'm just going to claim it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel a little bit guilty because I haven't really let this. I mean, other than things are more expensive that piss you off, stuff like that. But
Right.
other than that, I really haven't let it affect me as far as like what I do or where I go. Like nothing's changed. I did whatever I wanted. I went wherever I wanted. I left whatever I wanted to do. I do it.
Right.
I don't care what rules they make.
Right. It's just, that's like I didn't stop going to 6 Flags.
Right.
You know? And we had to have the thing. So I wore the bandana. I did a bandana and just kept it around my neck most of the time. And then they had a cup. That's all you buy the cup, and then they free refills all of it. And I just keep the straw up to my mouth like I'm drinking all the time.
I always wondered what would happen like at a place like that if they walked in there and it was going in the middle of the day and all the rides were going. Everybody just took their mask off. Just kept right on going.
Fire in the
Stay in line.
Well, that's the only place. Yeah, that's the only place I had any problems with the people with having to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the stores, they never. I heard that like the Menards here, you couldn't, and
Yeah,
Fleet Farm, you
Menards is
couldn't, and I walked
fucked
right
up.
in both stores.
They bought
I went
into
right.
the
I walked
whole.
right in there.
Yeah.
They
The
bought
guy
into
was
the whole
wiping
thing right at
that's
the
where the
beginning.
guy was wiping the handles off, and he said, "Sir, do you got a, do you have a mask?" And I said, "No," and kept walking. But I got in there during the height of it, right during the bowling hard height of it. I walked right in there, got what I wanted, and walked right out. Paid for it and left. I haven't had any. It hasn't. It's kind of surprising. I heard about it everywhere, but even the dentist's office, I went in there, and they're like, "Well, you can't be in here without one." I said, well, "I'll leave. I'll find one that I don't have to wear one at. I'm not wearing one." I
Right.
turned around to walk away, and the doctor come out of it, and he says, "Oh, you're not going to wear a mask?" And I said, "No, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm going to leave. Come with me," he said. And I went with him, and he fixed down everything. So now I go to him.
Right.
When I
He's done
went
a real
to the
good job. I mean,
hospital,
he does a real good job. He's got him looking decent, and
Right.
when I went to the hospital last Friday to get X-rays,
Yeah.
like I put on one of my masks because around here in Ohio, it's like if you go into a hospital or a nursing home, you have to wear one. It's pretty much state law, and for that, I can put up with that for a couple of hours, and cloth fabric mask with a little American flag on the one side. As soon as I walk in the doors, they got little tables set up for pre-registration and everything. And they're like, you can't wear your own mask. You have to wear one of our masks. I'm like, are you guys for real?
Jesus. That's when you look at him and just tell him, you do, this is what concerns me.
I needed to go, so I wasn't going to argue with them.
Right.
But
Ain't nothing you can do.
it was the first time that I've worn the mask in over a year.
Right. My family won't let me go around any of them people like that.
Yeah.
The school calls my daughter now because they don't want to talk to me. Well, I almost said my last name. Well, Mr. Carpenter, why are you keeping Jackson out? Well, I'm not going to have him poisoned all day with his breath. I'm the one that told that principal here. He was talking to me, and I said to him, "You got to have a college education to be in here, right? To work here." Pretty much, I said, teach and all that. And yeah, you sure do. I said, and you guys go along with this? You said, that's concerning to me. That's what I would tell any doctor. I'd just tell them, that's concerning to me that you're a medical professional and you're going along with this. I find that concerning.
I find it ironic.
Right. And I'm not going to, in 1919 or 2019,
1918.
there was nowhere in the world. That's the height, or 2020, excuse me. Nowhere in the world was 2020 when the original thing started, when this all started originally. Okay, when COVID first came out, it was not one country on the face of this earth, not one, had a noticeable increase in death. So you're doing all this for a virus that in a situation that no more people than on average is going to die a year. And that one just slapped me in the face. And from then I gave up. I was like, I don't believe anything any of you are saying anymore.
Right. Yeah. Right.
280 some thousand people a year were dying from the flu, and 817 died in 2020. It's like, where did you get your numbers? Well, you can see where you got your numbers. It's a simple math problem. Look at it.
Right.
You see right where all your numbers came from. We literally that's a joke, but they're not joking. It's serious. I'm serious. They eliminated car accidents, heart attacks, diabetes, lung disease, heart disease. That's where you can see right what they did, and people still don't. In their own paperwork, what they show you, not what you got to look for and find. They'll show you. You can see right in there what they did. And people just go along with it. Or when the CDC, this is the other one, when the CDC come out and finally said that finally this test is useless. detecting infection. And even after they themselves, the WHO, the FDA, and the CDC all admitted that this test is useless. Even after all that, people still are walking
Required.
around saying, I just got tested positive. I got the COVID. This person's got the COVID. But you don't know. Did you know it's like 2,600 different viral loads will trigger a positive on that
No, I didn't
test,
know
that
that.
PCR test? It's like there's like 2,600 different viruses that'll trigger a positive in that test. They don't know which one is which.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how people are even, why people don't just take this shit off, walk right through it, and walk right over them.
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't fucking I'm a simple carpenter. At best, I'm of average intelligence. And this shit is like pounding me in the face.
Right. Right.
Sorry, I'll get off the rant.
No, you're doing fine.
Sometimes when I come up here, I get frustrated.
Fire in the bowl. That's what I think of when I get frustrated. Fire in the bowl.
Right. That saves a lot of
Today-
collateral damage, doesn't it?
Today's the first day I've been able to actually hold my bowl and smoke out of it with my left hand.
How do you? Oh, you just what do you put it in your mouth to light it? So you must not be able to.
That's what I have been doing for like the last week.
Right. Wow.
But I can get it. I can hold it in my left hand and raise it a little bit, but I gotta bend over. to get to it.
Right. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com. Have a good night, Sing. Take it easy, Patriot.
Right thing.
Later, Sing.
Thanks for coming up and helping me hold the show. Yep. Early on. Yes, Miriam, we're going to have one hell of a blowout 4th of July. It's going to be awesome. We'll all coordinate on what's going on and how we put it together, and we will have a badass little setup. I promise that.
We just got to work out a better transportation plan than last year.
Well, we really didn't go anywhere except for.
Well, I'm talking like for people to get there. You know, the catastrophes with Chris's Jeep.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking. Oh, yeah, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And he's like, yeah, man, I don't think that Jeep's going to make it out there again. I'm like, you better not try it.
Right.
If you're planning on using that Jeep to go back and forth and everything and pick me up, I'm like, I'm not going in that Jeep.
Oh, my God, yeah.
But barring all this medical crap that I got going on, I'll be out there if everything works out.
Yeah.
Skull says, too bad we can't just buy a bus or something.
Right. Right.
Could rent a U-Haul and throw everybody in the back along with our gear. Oh. Yeah, at least for people out near me, if we can't get something stable set up transportation wise, I'll just fly out. You can pick me up at the airport.
Right. Well, we'll see. Oh man. Yeah, that's what it takes. Shit. It'd be easier than driving you home.
Yeah. Wouldn't have to worry about all that fucking road construction and the accidents.
Oh yeah, that
road
was
construction, boy, that can be tough sometimes.
Oh
right. Well,
man, I-70 going across from him to Ohio, like the road construction was bad. I mean, miles and miles of it. Oh, like after we got into Illinois, about like what was it, like 25 miles east of St. Louis, there was like a 30-mile stretch of road construction.
right. And then when we got into Indianapolis, just before you get to Indianapolis, that was all road construction, and it was all backed
Yeah.
up, all stupid, all the way through Indiana. In fact, it was really horrible.
I could take the bus out real cheap, but that's like a 2-day trip on a bus. Fuck that.
That's ridiculous.
And the way Amtrak runs, if I was to go to St. Louis by train, I'd have to go from where I'm at to Chicago and then to switch trains and go down from Chicago to St. Louis. What's up, Kimmy?
Hey, Kimmy, what's up? But yeah, no, it was really awesome, and we would have so much if we could have got there. We could have started earlier, setting things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
it's
have been-
kind of like the trial by fire. The first time you did it, we were expecting a lot more people to show up, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we still had a great time.
Turned into a back patio party. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. We did build a boat.
Yep.
Did build a boat.
And it was fun as hell doing the live stream from the backyard.
Oh, I bet. That
My
was fun.
laptop set up out there. Or we were using phones sometimes. Yeah, that was fun. Daniel's hooch.
Oh yeah, Daniel came up with the hooch. That was the blast.
Oh, that stuff was so nice.
He tried to make that stuff again that I liked for the fruit
Yeah,
punch
it
stuff.
wouldn't come out the same way.
No, he couldn't get it to come out. He's like, no, you wouldn't like that.
Yeah, it's probably the yeast, because if you're using grocery store yeast, the strains change, batch to batch. So
All
you always
right.
you can get a different result even using the same brand.
Oh wow. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Man.
How's he dealing with the weather?
He flew south for the winter. That girl he was talking to down in Louisiana, down near New Orleans. Yeah, he went down and stayed with her for the winter. So he's not having to worry about this kind of cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially,
I
didn't get a clip. I didn't get like a close-up view of his little setup there, but I take it was kind of like open air. Would not be a suitable place for that kind of winter.
Oh no, he's got a 12 by 16 tent. We put pallet floor in it. We put pallets in there for the floor and all that. And he's got tarps over that.
Yeah,
Just
I saw
to give it
that,
extra
yeah.
weather protection, right? and then he got a camper, and he's been working on that camper, the pull behind little pop up camper that they made permanent popped up. Yeah. And he's been working on that, and he's got another little lean-to that he's been working on out there as well. I told him, I was like, look, we'll just set the foundation stones and build you a cabin right out there. No, I don't. I was like, well, damn. Yeah. Here we go.
Is Randy's cabin working out for the winter?
He's making it work. I don't know how far he's gotten on it. We haven't been talking a lot lately. And, but no, he hasn't gotten all the insulation in it. He metal roof on it yet, or any of that shit before winter. So he's got a furnace in it though. He's got a heater, wood stove, and he's staying warm at least.
That's good.
Yeah.
How's your brother doing?
He's doing. Yeah. He's having problems with the weather and all that jazz.
Yeah.
He's just same cranky self. Right.
What's up, Jason?
Oh, not much. Not to be back home. Really. Fire in the bowl.
Okay.
Hey, Jason.
Got it.
I just did it.
Yeah, y'all. I'm a little behind here.
Are you out
Well,
dashing?
Yeah, I've been doing that half the day, working all the other half.
yeah, them puppies are outside at the moment. They're going to be out there for just a little bit longer.
Are you getting buried, Aaron? Why are you doomed? Are you getting buried?
They're getting buried. I was wondering about that. He's like,
Well, no, the way that the storm was tracking, I checked it earlier just to look at his place. It looked like most of it was passing south of him. You know,
Oh,
he'll
good.
get some
Maybe he'll get
stray
lucky.
snow, but he won't get the wind and everything, I hope. Yeah,
in fact, there's the puppies now. They went in. I'll be right back.
Yeah, if it gets super shitty, stay at warehouses.
Damn go potholes out here killing me, dude. I-24 over in Antioch. I tried to get out of a lane to miss potholes, and I ended up hitting probably twice as bad of a pothole. Oh, the fuzz got somebody in a Mustang.
Yeah. I think we only got one door dasher in the entire area tonight out by me.
Probably.
They're only delivering Taco Bell and McDonald's.
Damn.
But
Wow.
it's your order is probably going to take an hour because the roads are so fucking shitty out here.
It's rainy as fuck, but it's not snowy. It might freeze over tonight.
Well, I got a blizzard going on. The roads are absolute trash.
Yeah, some of you guys got it way worse than I do, for sure. For shizzle.
In fact, I'm going to refresh my hot cocoa. I'll be right back.
Right.
I'm just ready to be home right now. 2 minutes, well, maybe even 4 minutes away. For the eagle to land. Hope everybody's doing good out there. I didn't see who all's in the chat. Got Aaron chilling out there.
Zoom's out there, Dallas, Huckleberry, Elvis, Kimmy, Skull. Sing went to bed.
I don't know how much it costs to have the food delivered. I'm
All
sure
right.
it's
Well,
like
I'll give you an estimate. Okay, like if I was to get Taco Bell delivered to me, like I would probably order. Okay, like the 12 pack of Supreme tacos is what I usually get, and that's like about 13 to 15 bucks, I think. And then there's, depending on how many dashers are out, that kind of determines what your delivery fee is going to be. If there's only one dasher, you're going to have to pay a high fee, probably like $6 or $7. And then there's the service fees involved with DoorDash, which is like another $4 or $5. And then there's the tips. And you kind of got to tip pretty decent, otherwise your food won't get delivered. No one will pick it up.
right. People offering what? It's like a $2 run. I decline that shit every time. Just
Mhm.
about.
Or people will click on, like a 20% tip, and then at the end of the transaction, after they get their food, they'll adjust it and lower the tip and screw the driver.
Right.
Oh,
It was pretty decent earlier. I had some pretty good runs. Made about 100 and like 120. Just doesn't add up after you take out all the wear and tear and gas and everything.
what's
But
up, Deer
you set
Beach?
your own hours, so I mean that's the only fucking plus. Do it when you want. It's been something to get me by, man. I hate fucking doing it.
Where are you heading now?
What's that?
Where are you heading now?
Oh, I'm almost home. I'm right out here.
Oh, you're done for the night. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in the mall since 11 this morning. Doing that watch thing. Fixing the watches. So I'm about whooped. Went around and fixed all the locks on the doors and looped them up to some WD-40. Fucking make that little place shine. And then I'll go get a new job. Not going to stop looking for more higher paying jobs. That's for sure. That was a neat little sound. It's a little ding.
Yeah, I got a message.
That's cool. What's Carpenter up to?
Not much, just hanging around.
He's freezing his balls
bored.
off.
Oh, you said it was like 11, 16 degrees or something.
Yeah, it's like 10 below right now.
Hmm.
What wrecks it? I mean, like going out in the mornings and starting your truck, it just hurts. The whole
Yeah.
truck hurts, you know.
Oh, I know. It's sort of.
Fucking power steering's whining, the alternator's whining, the belts are stiff, you know. The
Yeah.
whole thing just hurts when you start it up.
We haven't had that cold in a while, man. We maybe had it down to 10 degrees, but never like minuses or nothing.
Like Bruce was saying earlier, about 20 below. I've worked outside in 35 below air temperature. That was without a wind. And that day it happened to be like a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. I've worked outside when it was 60, 65, 70 below wind chill factor. Not very
No
often,
bueno.
but I've done it.
Muy frío. Oh, let me show this door. Well, finally made it home. In the crib we go. Give me a second. I gotta get some shit. Make sure. Get my stuff. Yeah. Looking at drier days ahead, guys. Whew. Oh. It's already Thursday. Man, week is
Yeah.
gone.
I know.
That explains it. Nothing was jiving here, and I had my calendar was still on January. I was looking at my tablet and stuff, and nothing was lining up. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Keeps losing power.
I've got a calendar in the basement that's been sitting there. You guys are gonna flip. This calendar is on like July 1969. It's just been stuck up on the wall ever since 69. Oh.
Oh, well, I'm back.
Well, this Sailors Meets where we get our deer done in Wisconsin, every year that I've ever I've been hunting there for 30 fucking years, you guys. It's been a long 20. Oh, it's been 30. Over 30 that I've been hunting in Wisconsin. 35. Whatever. They've always had these just the most cool deer calendars for the next year. Every month was this great big huge buck on there in velvet and all this stuff and all these scenes. Last season they went to farm tractors, and he ordered the same amount of farm tractors, and people would come from all over the county, hell, all over southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin to get these calendars for their shops and stuff. So he orders all these calendars but their farm equipment, and the guy ended up with like a 3/4 or a half a semi full of calendars.
Oh,
Literally,
wow.
Yeah,
like 7 or 8
the
pallets
local
of
feed
calendars
shop
that he
around
couldn't get
here.
rid of. Nobody wanted them, you know.
Yeah, the local feed shop around here does that too. They're a feed shop, power equipment sales and repairs, parts, service, and they sell.
And I go to this place because of these big deer ones. That's why I go to this one, because they all have them. You can get calendars everywhere, you know.
Well, the
And that's
like
why
the pictures on
this guy
this
went
one
from
are all like local farm scenes and stuff. They're really nice. They're like $20 though.
Oh wow.
I haven't got one in a few years. Well, I'm looking at the website for that processor Sailors. Looks nice. Nice looking sausage.
What is wrong?
Ladies in bikinis on the tractors.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Dave,
Yeah.
the old guy that I hang around with, that owns the land over there, that older guy. I go to his shop all the time, and you go in there. And one day, this was years ago, and he's been there for years. And I said to Dave, Dave, that calendar's like 8 years old. I don't know what it is, but it was at the time. It was really old. It's way old. It's still there. I said to him, I go, that calendar. And it's this girl on an old 32 coupe, and she's wearing a yellow bikini, and it's a red 32 Ford coupe. Some promotional thing he got somewhere. And I said to
Yeah.
him something about, said, Dave, that calendar's old. You need a new one. He goes, well, it's not hanging there for the calendar.
Right.
I mean, this you're talking like a 75-year-old guy says this to me. Well, it's not hanging there for the calendar.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
ain't looking at the calendar. That was funny.
Reminds me of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Huckleberry says I got a sexy garden.
Yeah, your garden is nice.
Bebopping it.
You're damn right, Skull. Ladies in bikinis works on anything. Right? So I guess it would work on a track.
Oh yeah, there's okay. Guns with girls is always a big thing for the guys.
Yeah, I like that one
There's
too.
all right. If you guys are into reloading, there's a company that makes reloading equipment. They're called Dillon, and they do their yearly calendar is all girls with guns and reloading equipment.
Mhm.
Nice.
I've seen some of them. Nice.
With black leather bikinis. Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode? You guys ever watch Last Man Standing with Tim Allen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've seen some of that. And
Yeah, he did. There was an Easter show that he had an Easter special in the store, and he hired all these girls to be bunnies. It was crazy. It was cool. I
The
like
only
that
show
one.
I saw of him was that Home Improvement. Never seen another show with him in it.
Oh my god, it's
seen
like
some.
the continuation of Home Improvement.
Last Man
like-
Standing is as good a show as Tool
I'll have
Time.
to check it out. Then I'll put it on my
Yeah, you'll like
my
it.
list.
Last Man Standing. They even have some of the old cast in there. His wife from Toolman. His wife
Yeah.
whatever.
ends up being his neighbor in the new show.
Oh.
And there's cameos of the old cast, the kids coming by and saying hi to him and stuff like that. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, his
But he
wife in
owns an
that show,
outdoor
she was
sporting
hot.
goods shop.
I'd have to see that.
Yeah.
He's running an outdoor sporting goods shop. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
What was it called?
I'm trying to think.
Not Dick's or Academy.
No, it was
Some little, like, for a show. Wasn't real.
No, it was his shows. In the, it
Outdoor
was
Man
Tool
or
Time, and
something
now
like
he
that?
owns a.
What was the name of that? You said it's a movie?
TV show series.
Oh, what was it called?
Last Man Standing. Yeah.
Last Man Standing. I never did see that. I thought it was a movie. No, I haven't seen
Dude,
that.
Tim Allen is the shit, man. I really
is.
like him.
He is, though. I
So do I.
love Tim Allen. He's my man.
He's kind of that same persona, but in an outdoorsy way.
Right. Instead of just being a hot rodder.
And I
Yeah.
love the neighbor over. What was the neighbor's name on the other side of the fence?
Oh, starts with
Wilson.
M or,
Yeah,
Wilson.
I think it was Wilson. Yeah,
it was Wilson.
that shit cracked me up.
Heidi ho, neighbor.
That's why I try to imagine when people have their mask on. Yeah, they're just Mr. Wilson peeking over the fence. You know.
Did you guys see that thing on the internet about the mask with the little kid? The mom's playing with the little. It's like just a couple months old, 4 months old or whatever, and she's playing with her, and the baby's all interactive with mom, and they're playing, and the baby's giggling, and then mom makes a straight face and doesn't have any expression whatsoever. She's totally expressionless, and she just stands there and expressionless, staring. And you ought to see the torment that little 5-month-old baby goes through.
Yeah, not even funny, really.
Really, it isn't. It wasn't funny at all. And you think, and they were equating that to that's what they're doing when they do the mask. But that's how
Yeah.
bad it's messing with these little kids. They don't see the facial expressions and
I mean, a kid that he's already trained since December, and I just met him today. He's a little kid that goes to Belmont College. Might have money in the family, I don't know, but he's got his mask on. And the first thing I told him is, you don't have to wear a mask, but it's your option to, it's your choice. And he just kept his mask on, but sometimes he'd be saying stuff and I can't hear him. Like, what'd you say? And he like pulled
Right.
down his mask for a second. It's just like, come on, dude. Like, cannot.
yeah, I just think what I think about it is like everybody's like, well, you got to have patience with them, and I'm just thinking, well, I want to have the same patience with them they had with me.
Yeah.
I just felt bad.
And I don't know how to get that out of me.
He's living in
make that
fear.
it makes me really want to tell them, fuck
Kids are
you look
living
fucking stupid in that
fear
mask, take it
based
off.
off of- They're taught that it's being safe, but it's just a mind fuck.
Yeah.
So welcome in, Deer Butch.
How's it
What's up,
going,
Mitch?
man?
Hey, dear.
You got some background noise coming from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I'm sorry. Hold on.
We all do that.
Fix it.
I know I'm guilty of that every night.
No,
No,
I
it's
forget.
deer.
No, he keeps.
I just do it a lot.
Jason just talks a lot. He just keeps
Exactly.
talking.
I do. I'll run right over you like Apple
You know,
Jacks.
it's like you just gotta keep talking. And,
Fuck it. You're okay, Jason. Don't worry about it.
yeah, I know, man.
No, I know he's just dogging around.
So what's up,
Told you
Deer
that's
Butch?
what-
No, I
That's what
just
this
came
is
in to say
for.
hi.
Dude, hell yeah. Say hi all you want.
Fire in the bowl.
Fire in a bowl. That's what I was about to say.
Hey, there's the inspiration I needed. I needed someone to tell me fire in the bowl.
Fire in the
What's
bowl.
a pan? What's a pan?
Matey.
I need to find the pipe.
Do it all night long.
Hey, what do you think of my house? You like it? I got a piano.
Pretty
right
good. It looks like Apex. Like if you sat on the couch,
Very-
you and Apex.
Yeah, very digital.
I know. I need a green screen. I suck at this.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Zoom that inspired me. He said he wanted to see weed boobs. So we started talking about boobs, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, Apex had that on lock.
Where is Apex? I haven't seen him for a while.
He's a busy little bee. I haven't heard from him much. I heard he had released one song like weeks ago, middle of January.
I'm concerned. Can I be concerned? Is that unfair for me to say that?
Concerned about what?
About Apex?
Well, Apex ditched us.
Yeah, I know.
I
What
was
the hell?
concerned about Kimmy, and then she popped back out of the blue, so it's all good.
Hey,
He'll
we're
be
all-
back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I'm sure he will.
I know he will.
We
My
doing
name
fire?
is
There it is. Fire in the bowl, man.
Yeah, like Don says, where else you gonna go?
Yeah,
There's no
right.
place like this.
Come
There's
on.
no place like this.
Come on. Let's pump it up, man. Come on. Pump it up. Let's go. Get fucking going, man.
You know, I am the Wizard of Oz, so there is
Hey,
no place
You
like
are the
this.
Wizard of Oz. I salute you, bro.
Go.
Come on.
How
No.
reload.
Before I.
Oh yeah, hey, we were just talking earlier too, Butch. We're gonna have a big 4th of July blowout down here. It's a camping trip kind of thing. You should bring your own place, your own tent, your own camper, whatever you got. Come down here, hang out. We're gonna try and put together, if we can do it right this time, trying to put together a float, and we can float down the Merrimack.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could all do a stream together?
We
That'd be
can.
fun. I would.
We get
I
it.
love that. Hey, how far do I have to direct my airstream, though? That's what I'm concerned about. Where are you
Just
at?
80 miles south of St. Louis.
Well, St. Louis is not bad. I could do that.
Yeah, it's only 80 miles south of St. Louis, and yep, out in the Ozarks, just at the northern edge of the Ozark Plateau.
Fuck,
I
that'd be
really-
fun. I'd like that.
Yeah, I really do
Google
live
city to
in the land
city.
of
How far
Oz.
is it?
Huh?
Google from his place, city to city. How far is that?
Sullivan, Missouri is the nearest town.
It's from what's the nearest town where you are, Butch?
That'd be nuts. Me, just St. Cloud, Minnesota. Let's go.
Okay, so St. Cloud, wherever you just said,
Sullivan.
close enough. That'll get us within a stone's throw.
That's
Yeah.
gotta be a 12-hour drive, I suppose. Huh? No, 10-hour drive.
About a 10-hour drive, I'm
Yeah, I
thinking.
suppose, yeah.
Well, Deer Butch,
Yeah, well,
Carpenter, and Dallas could carpool. You guys are
Right.
kind of close all together.
I'll pick you guys up on the way because I'm north of you guys. We'll all go
Oh, there
together.
you go.
There you go. I got a 4-door pickup. We got room.
What you
dog
dragging?
My
gotta
dog
be-
has to dive first though, because he takes up the whole back seat otherwise. So
And he farts. Well, you gonna be dragging a camper?
fuck, I'll drag my camper down there. That'd be fine. I just got to get the bearings done on it first.
I think Carpenter's probably gonna be dragging a camper too.
There you go. Yeah, let's do it, man.
Good chance I'll be bringing my closed trailer.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be Jen Nature up in Ely or something like that too. She wants to hang out. And I said earlier on my my other stream, maybe it was on Aaron's stream, that I'm gonna have a Twitch party. Whoever lives nearby enough, I'm gonna have a few people over in the springtime.
Right.
Fucking
Well,
right,
that's
man.
why we're doing it around the 4th of July.
Well,
We'll all pitch in on fireworks. I've got wholesale connections.
yeah.
Yeah, on that. Mm.
Hey, get this. I was on Facebook the other day concerning
That's
the
scary.
Wisconsin and Minnesota area. Guess who I found on Facebook? Chris
Who?
Copan.
Chris, who?
Copan.
Name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah, he was part of the group here.
Right.
He actually lived pretty close to Tow Truck.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well,
So
but-
we all
trailer.
thought we had thought that something had happened to Chris because he's
We all thought he went back to jail.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he was a former addict and he had a record, but no, he's out and there
Good,
he
I like
is.
him.
Jason. Yeah, Chris is good people.
Right.
I
But
guess
yeah,
I don't know
I
him.
sent him a friend request.
Oh, cool.
Call him up, get him on.
I just switch up to my.
I was hoping there'd be a chick night tonight. That's why I came on. I was hoping there'd be a chick night tonight. What
Try
happened to
Sunday.
that?
Try
Come
next
on.
Sunday. That's ladies.
Oh, there's a couple chicks in chat.
We need
We're gonna
to-
try and do it for
I know.
Friday night. We're gonna try this for tomorrow night. It's gonna be ladies' night. All the ladies. And,
Hey,
yeah.
if we're gonna do that, let's let them run the whole stream though.
Right.
You could,
Why
you
not?
could sit in the corner. You could sit in the corner and have them all talk, and we could listen to lady chat. That'd be fun. I think that. Hey, it's different. You got to try something.
You gotta try
We
something new.
should make at least one of the ladies a mod so that they can
Wait.
control us.
Huck, tell Chris to come back.
Wait.
Well, maybe
I
I
like
can
that.
make Huckleberry or you know.
There's Huckleberry right
Learn.
there. Hi, Huckleberry. I see Huckleberry.
Because the only
Sorry, I'm not
is
reading. chat.
Michelle still a moderator?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still a mod.
But yeah.
Um,
Huckleberry
Michelle.
and Mary
Yeah,
and
okay.
definitely could be mods here.
Yeah.
Even Jen if she
Oh, that
wanted
old
to.
lady glasses on.
Old lady.
And we got Valentine and
Mhm.
Nightingale.
Nightingale and
Gail, yeah. Miriam.
Miss Miriam.
Whatever
there's
happened
Lisa Badiato. There's Susan.
for for sure.
My grandmother's name was Miriam.
How about Deb? Or
Well,
Deborah.
yeah, she came up once too, didn't she?
Who,
She just
Deb?
did yeah, I think so.
I missed. Hi, Miriam. Miriam's giving me the antlers. It's
That is a good
okay.
emoji. I like that deer head. I like that one.
I like that one. Hey,
Yeah, I
Gringo
do.
Gringo made that one up for me. Actually, Gringo made one for me, and someone named Little Lemmy gave me the other one. So I take no credit for that.
I got a great idea, guys. Hold on a second. I just got a great idea, I think. Let me run it past you. We turned Sunday night into ladies' night. Remember how it used to be Tanya's night? You know what I'm saying?
Sunday
We
night,
turned-
yeah.
Sunday night is ladies' night.
It's always been like, well, Wednesday and Sunday
Right.
nights are ladies' nights and out in the bars.
That'd be fine. There, we got headphones.
Typically.
Oh yeah. I don't know the bar scene anymore, but yeah.
It was typically always Sunday and Wednesday night, as I remember. Could be Thursday night, though. Could be Thursday night. Could be any night.
That's right.
That's right.
Tuesday nights.
Seems
What
like
about
Sometimes-
Irish?
your stuff is-
Sometimes a man's planning of a lady's activities that doesn't go well. So I'm just throwing it out there, seeing what sticks.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know I'd spend much time on that.
Right. We're gonna try. We'll see how that works. How about it, Barry? Huckleberry? Valentine, I know she's in the background out there somewhere lurking.
Yeah,
Evie's probably watching too. You know, Evie's out there as well. I hope Susan's doing all right. Jen Nature's up there. She's watching now. She was in chat, wasn't she?
At one point, I know she was at Aaron's chat earlier.
I saw Jen earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was in here. I might have been looking in here.
Actually, Jen is the one who she was going to come from Canada down to visit in Minnesota, and I was going to drive up and hang out with her.
Minnesota.
Another Twitch party.
Nice.
We can have a few Twitch parties. That'd be fun. You know, you got a Minnesota group, you've got a New York group, you've got a South group or a West group. Let's, you know,
Right?
and then
I like
you
the way
can-
this guy thinks.
we could stream parties from on each location from, you know,
Hey,
everyone
I
can
can-
go there, but we can do a little bit of that. That would be kind of fun.
Well, let me tell you this. I don't know how much bandwidth we'll actually be able to utilize, but I do have capability to put bandwidth out here, Wi-Fi, anywhere we got power. So,
Cool.
right.
No, shit, that would be fun. I'd like to see
I've
you know,
got-
2 or 3 Twitch parties over the winter or the summertime.
Right. There you go.
I'd have to confer with
Too
Don
freaking-
about all
Too
this.
freaking cold here to have a party.
Well, Don was had a big hand in it making last 4th of July happen. Even though he didn't actually show up, he helped. He facilitated
Yeah.
a lot of that. So
I tell you what, that's a
Hands
busy
in.
time of year because you're busy. I mean, in construction, you're busy that time of year, but
right.
it'd be fun to come hang out with you guys. I'd love
That would be a blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I was thinking last year we did the week before and the week after. I was thinking about expanding it to 2 weeks before and the week after because there's a lot of setup that we can do. You know, clearing areas and setting up a range so we can, you know, set up targets and stuff like that for shooting. Yeah. Yeah, big time. Everything you want to do. You want to set up an archery thing, we could set up an archery one and then set up a firing range for weapons and stuff like that and actually have it
Hey,
all set up.
Wizard,
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Wizard.
think about how far away
Could
you
you-
are from.
can you buy kegs in your state?
Yeah.
We can't. We can't here.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh wow.
But you can always
I've never
order
heard of
one
any
and have it.
restriction about that, but yeah, we can buy
Honestly,
kegs.
we
or-
didn't do that much drinking when we were there.
That's kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
We were smoking like crazy, but we didn't do much drinking until like
You
4th
don't
of
need a
July
keg
and the
unless
last couple
you're
of nights.
still in high school. I mean, honestly.
Because I brought out
Yeah.
two 12 packs. I ended up leaving half of one there, almost a full one there, and took the other one back home with me.
Well,
right. And it's
And
still
you
one
still
he
got
left
my
here,
bottle of
still got-
whiskey out there.
I was just wondering if it was legal over there to buy a keg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could, and I got the coolers to keep it cold too. We can put it
Oh.
inside of a cooler.
And get the ice
Cool.
from that cool ice place.
I've got some coolers.
That self
Oh yeah, that little box.
place. That place was sweet. We don't have nothing like that out here.
Isn't that? It's like a little container box, man. They just set on a gravel parking lot, and it's an ice dispenser. It's like it's badass.
Yeah, like literally, there's nothing like that around here. Man, that would be a good business opportunity. Like make that kind of setup and put one in my town. Oh man, they'd rake it in.
Right, right. All you need is a spot to park it because it's gonna get a lot of traffic. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I reckon Deer Butch would probably appreciate a keg or two.
Oh yeah, imagine.
Yeah. No, I agree. Absolutely. Keg time. Let's do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'd be
All
having
right.
him do.
I
He'd be
live in
doing the
Normal.
headstand
this is not my
over
normal.
the keg.
This is my own thing.
Deer Butch will be doing the headstand over the keg,
And
holding his legs.
I don't know. I don't know about you,
With his
Jason.
wig
I don't
on.
know if
Just
you
shove a damn
appreciate a
funnel
keg.
down my throat. We'll do it
What keg?
straight in.
Well, you don't start dancing in the fucking fire. We should be fine.
I
I
will
tend to
out
jump
drink
over them
any
when I-
one of you. I promise you that.
I mean, it's hot there 4th of July.
It's not
You
something.
know,
to
a
brag
nice
about.
cold keg would probably make things pretty cool.
I've been known to jump over the fire singing "Jack be nimble, Jack be quick."
Well, if you got desperate, you could always jump in the frog pond.
I used to run through the bonfires. That was a thing back then.
Man. The entire time that I was there we only had like 2 or 3 days where like it was really warm and swampy in the air and everything. The weather was perfect out there for almost
I
the
know.
entire stay.
Right, I know.
We
2
hardly
weeks. it
had
was
any
just perfect.
rain.
Right.
There were 2 different high school keg parties running away from the cops. So kegs and cops are like a thing.
Well, not
Keg
on
parties
here,
were a
Dave.
blast.
Jumped over the fence.
Guess what? Because even if you did, it takes about an hour for him to get here.
I helped my boy Poppy over the fence.
It takes him at least an hour to get here.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take him long in Nashville.
No, no
Where I was
And all I want to know is, did you shoot anybody?
at. Nah, that's fine.
And are these dogs gonna hurt me? You know what I'm saying? That's what I get. Did anybody get shot? And are these dogs gonna fuck me up? That's all I ever hear from.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit!
That's funny. Oh, dude.
I'll bring out all my cast
I had
iron.
a dookie cam.
That would be badass, dude. Yeah. I've been thinking about it. Wouldn't be too much work to put together a smoking tower. Just a brick. I got 110 bricks out there, and I'm going to be getting some
Oh
more.
yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah. Build a nice tall smoky tower. I want enough to build a damn fire pit or barbecue with the wrought iron rack wood. You know what I'm talking about? Build a wood rack out of rebar that's adjustable so we can move it up and down for the wood fire barbecue pit.
We need to rig up a spit with a
Oh, yeah.
motorized turner,
Yep.
Well, even one of
solar
those.
powered turner. So
You
can
seen them
roast a
grates that you
pig or
lower
a
with the
deer
3
or
legs?
something.
$25 for the rotisserie motor.
What were you saying, Carpenter? The one with 3
Those
legs.
I want one of them 3-legged ones that you can lower the grate. You put it over any fire. It's 3 legs, but you put it over
Yeah,
any fire. And
I have one of those. Yep, we
I
used
want,
it last
that's
year.
what I want. One of them.
We hung my biggest pot over it, and we did like a pot roast.
Yeah. And we put
Did
it
a
over the oak and hickory firewood. Yep.
It was kind of like half pot roast, half stew. It was really good.
Oh yeah, it was. And he was like, once we got the fire right, he'd put the legs over it, and then he turned around. This blew me away when he first did it, but it's the way it's supposed to be done. We got some nice coals, so he'd pick up the coals out of the fire and put them on top of the pot, and basically
Convection.
dumbing the whole thing.
Yeah,
So,
so you get even heat from above and below. Yeah,
Right.
it's just tricky that you don't cook it like too fast because it'll get chewy and everything.
Right.
But yeah, that cast iron set that I bought, good investment.
that was badass.
Some of it rusted up over the fall, so I'm gonna have to take a probably. I got some wire brushes that fit into my cordless drill. I'm gonna have to
Oh yeah.
strip all the rust out of it and re-season it and everything.
Oh shit.
But I use the frying pans in the house all the time. They're great.
Oh, so it's just the Dutch ovens that got.
Yeah. Because I left them outside for a couple of months, so that's my fault.
That's
Oh,
okay.
shit.
The cure for that: take them and oil them up real good, and then throw them back in ashes, and just clean all that rust up with the ashes.
Well, what I've heard is you can take Easy Off, the oven spray, and spray down the entire, cast iron, whatever you're using, if it's a frying pan or a crock pot or whatever, and just, spray it down both inside and outside, put it in a garbage bag and let it sit for a day or two. And excuse me, it'll take off all the rust, but it'll also take off all the factory coating, and then you clean it all up until it's bare metal, and then you re-season it.
Yeah, they all need to be seasoned anyway, but
Yeah,
I'd be worried about the
Season it with peanut
chemicals
oil.
and Easy Off in the pan.
Season them with peanut oil.
Peanut oil's good. I use peanut oil for my wok.
I use
Wait, what kind of oil?
Peanut.
peanuts.
Oh, you said peanut. Okay, I'm sorry.
I use canola.
Problem is canola burns. If you use peanut oil, you can get a much higher temp and a much better seal on your cast iron.
I can try it. I've never had a problem with the canola, because what I'll do is I do the cleaning with the oil and on the stove top, and then I'll recoat it and then put it in the oven at like 400 for about 45 minutes, and that usually does me pretty good. Only got to do it, if you keep it clean and clean it properly, you only have to do that like a few times a year.
Yeah, I clean my skillet out. When I clean my skillet, I put it in the ashes in a fire, and that's what I do to clean it. That's it. That's all I do.
Well, in the house, because I use those cast iron skillets in the house on the gas stove, the best thing to clean with, salt, like real big grain crusty salt, like sea salt or Fuck, you
Right.
could even use road salt if you wanted to.
I have tons of that. I live in the
Yeah.
salt capital of America.
You don't ever use a Brillo pad on your cast iron.
We
SOS
used to
pad.
season- in the
Yeah,
Boy
that's
Scouts,
why-
we'd season it with
Am
lard.
I that old that no one knows what a Brillo pad is? Jeez.
Oh, we
Yeah,
used
SOS pad,
Brillo
whatever.
pads like crazy in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I'm crazy, but I seen a Teflon sponge. It wasn't really Teflon. It was one of those graphite soft sponge kind of things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind
If
of
it's-
deal. And
if
it
it's-
worked great. I could
if
clean
it's-
that skin without taking the coating, touching the coating.
If it's bad enough, I'll break out the wire wheel on my angle grinder.
Yep, that's basically what I got with the cordless drill. I got a bunch of wire wheels, and that's all I've ever used them for is cleaning out cast iron.
Oh man, Jason looks like he's passed out almost.
No, I'm looking
Drink up,
looking
Jason.
at something on the screen up here. I got my
Oh.
screen sitting up higher, so when I'm leaning back, a lot of times I'm looking up at the screen.
Oh, I
Say,
thought you were
shouldn't have taken
hallucinating.
that last hit, man.
You don't want me to hallucinate, huh?
I thought you were hallucinating.
So I was hallucinating, huh?
Shh.
Some portobello mushrooms.
Oh no,
That wouldn't be correct. No way.
LSD 25, man.
Douglas got to go.
Looking
Oh,
at,
yeah.
share some picture here.
Open your mind.
That is about the one thing that I would do again, as far as any kind of heavy drug goes. If I could get pure LSD 25, I would do it again. Hell yeah.
Well, boys, I don't have pie tonight. There is a pie famine in the land
Yeah, I
of
heard
Oz.
you say last
I
night.
thought you had
put down
pie
your
earlier
last
before
one.
I even got here.
Yeah, that was last night. But I do have apple cinnamon fruit and grain cereal bars.
Oh. Yeah, that's better than pie for me. I eat a lot of granola and fruit bar type shit.
So I
I
got
have
2 of
brownies.
those. Yeah, I got 2 of those and a hot chocolate. So I made me some hot chocolate with Hershey. I drop in Hershey Kisses into them
Dip it in there.
and melt them into the. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to share a picture, but it won't let. I just went to share. It's not letting me do it.
Oh yeah, let me bring it up. I just saw it pop up.
Yeah, if you zoom in, I don't know if you can zoom, but maybe you don't need to. But it's the Trump 2024, the Revenge Tour. I gotta
Tour.
get one of
I like that.
those. I actually meant to share that a while ago. I've had that for like a month or two, or at least a month.
That is a good T-shirt. Trump 2024 Revenge Tour. I like
Yes,
that
sir.
idea.
We should do it, man. I love it. I just was scrolling back and I was like, oh yeah, I
I'll
meant
put
to
it
share
together on
this.
a shirt. I'll have the shirt available. Yeah, hold on a second. I'll make it. I'll make one up. I'll put one up. We got a Teespring store, guys. All I got to do is put the design in and set it up.
That one definitely is probably already out there if they've got a flag.
Oh, I'm sure there's
I'm thinking.
tons of stuff out there.
I'll make one. It's going to be
there it
better.
is. I went to a gas station pump earlier and there was a Let's Go Brandon sticker with 3 stars on either side of the Let's Go Brandon. Just a little tiny sticker at the gas pump. I was thinking, man, I need to order those and just go.
I've
put them on
seen
every gas pump.
pictures taken at gas stations where they have a sticker that people are putting up next to like the digital window that says the price of the gas. And it's a little sticker that shows a cartoon image of Biden pointing to the number, and with the little caption in clouds next to him that said, "I did that."
I've seen them. I've seen them on the stations, the pumps around here. You see where they rip them off too. You can see
Yep.
they don't come off easy.
It's what I put an InfoWars sticker on the picnic table outside my store like almost 2 years ago, and I'm really surprised it is still there.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Hey,
Okay,
fire
here
in
goes
the
one
bowl.
more. And then
Yep.
and fire in the bowl.
If you get the real cheap stickers that don't come off, I mean, you know, they take the top layer off but leave the gummy part on. You know, you can't peel them unless you use like a razor blade or something.
Yeah.
no, you gotta wash these off. You gotta scrub them off.
Okay.
Right, scrubby.
Yeah.
But if you put them enough places and put them high up where people could see them, but can't reach them.
So if you can read this, it's please flush and wash hands. But then below that, the manager or whoever printed this out inside of the Thornton's gas station put "Let's go, Brandon," and then somebody wrote down there, "Okay," just okay. I'm like, okay. I thought that was interesting.
I like that.
All the managers need to have that. Let's go, Brandon, in the very end. Please flush and wash hands. But yeah, I just had to share that one.
So, where'd Canoes go? Oh, there he is.
I was
If
bending
anybody
down.
wants to join, if you're on Facebook, I've got the Let's Screw Mark Zuckerberg. Anyway,
So-
it's this.
I heard Zuckerberg has got a good chance of going to prison.
No. Really? I never heard that.
Yeah,
I've
he's
heard
got
some things about him on
several
Applejack show.
women are coming forward saying
yeah.
Zucker. CNN. I think he said
He's
Zucker.
like what they tried to make Trump out to be, you know, in my head.
You're
course.
talking CNN guy.
He's the real
Zuckerberg
groper.
ain't
He's the
even
real
human.
feminizer or
And-
womanizer.
and whatever happened to Bill Gates? I mean, he
Yeah.
divorced Melinda.
He's above
What was
the
that
law.
over? Huh?
Because he was tied to some sort of foreign island thing.
Yep, Epstein Island.
Right.
Oh, I don't blame her. Would you? I'm not even a woman. No, I'm not going there. I apologize. They even started that.
Good night, Huckleberry. You have a good one.
You know, it's like for me at this time of night.
Sweet dreams, Huckleberry.
Later, Huckleberry. Good night.
99. See ya, Huckleberry.
Good night, Huckleberry.
Kisses. Mwah. Mwah. Come on, everyone kiss. Mwah.
Got to figure out
Look
how
up here.
I'm gonna get my reparations for Maxine Waters.
Well,
I think you might have to met out your own justice on that one, because there's probably a statute of limitations.
Yeah, I know it was. After all, it was back in 1897, but
Yep.
who's counting?
Okay, I got one more.
This weed I have is so nice. This wedding cake.
That's probably about it.
all right. Oh man,
wish I-
this is
I wish I
really
could roll a joint. I cannot roll a joint right now.
Oh shit!
Okay, here's
That's
one
right.
more picture to check out for you. I'm gonna fire in this. Well, I gotta pack another one.
My neighbor who did my driveway tonight and ran me down to the store. When he picked me up and came over, he had a pint of whiskey with him, so we were doing shots. And then when we got back to my place, we smoked a bowl, and he's not used to the quality of weed that I get.
Right.
Like both me
So-
and him, man, we coughed our fucking asses off. He started like almost like puking. He's like, "This shit is good."
Oh, damn. Fire in
Like
the
if you gotta
bowl.
spit up, use the garbage can. I don't give a shit.
1 minute warning on that. I'm packing it.
I know. I
Yeah.
just realized I got to pack mine too.
Okay, good. Here you go. There's the Let's Go Brandon sticker, the NASCAR sticker on the back of somebody's truck. It's in NASCAR font saying "Let's Go Brandon."
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard
Nothing
to see.
special, but I liked it. That was pretty badass. That was a while back. That was probably one of the first.
Oh, who'd we lose?
Ones I
We
saw.
lost Wild Bill. Then we lost Carp.
Of course, I took the picture while I'm driving on the interstate. Something crazy like that.
Where'd Carpenter go?
Yeah, you dropped out along with Bill. Here's the link, boys.
Drop the bait. I don't know. It's getting pretty late. Fire in a bowl.
I still
Oh,
love
y'all just let me know. Oh, is it ready time?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Fuego in the bowl.
I'm loaded.
They got some
Locked,
Keith over
cocked,
there or something.
ready to rock.
Pretty
This
good.
is-
That was my
here's-
last bowl. I
here's
had a
Doom.
bowl full of Keith.
Wait a minute.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Just-
I wouldn't
just
necessarily call.
I haven't switched the button. Yeah,
That's nostalgic.
that's for Zoom.
I wouldn't call it keep, but I will call it bud off ball. It's all the stuff that falls off the bud that doesn't necessarily,
It's majestic. That's what I meant.
Uh,
Not nostalgic.
But I tell you
I
what, you
want-
know what? All of it's got that, all of it. And I mean, every single bit that I pulled off of those plants was covered in trichomes. So much so that they looked like they was, something on them. You could see it. You didn't need a microscope to see them. You know what I'm saying?
It's like angel dust. Wait, that thing takes
It was more like it was frosted.
film again.
So canoes.
Oh, excuse me.
I was going to ask you, have you seen those trapper pistols, the flintlock shotgun pistols?
Careful, canoes. Don't want to mess up the back again. You all right?
Uh-oh.
I was like, you okay?
He'll
Okay,
fall
cool.
over and pass
Cool.
out.
Thumbs up.
All right.
Pissed himself.
I was
I was
Why
like-
would he do that? He smoked a bowl with me and then he pissed his pants and passed out. He had a small seizure right in front of me.
I ever tell you about my $20 bet? Guy, I had this is a long time ago. I was still in service, just late, about to get out. I ended up getting some chocolate tie stick,
Oh, yeah.
and this stuff was gooey and stringy, and you pull it off in strings. You could take a string of this and roll it up as a pinner. You take half the paper, about 2/3 of the paper off the thing before you roll it. Just roll
Wow.
this little strand, and you smoke that strand. I couldn't smoke one by myself. I took 2 sittings to smoke it. So I was like, all right, because every time I'd smoke it, I'd get up from where I was sitting and start walking and fall my ass down. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I could only smoke half this fucking joint.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
I did
rolled
that
one.
one time when I laced one of those Black and Milds with some
Mhm.
bud. Oh my god, I blacked out.
I
Something about Black
so
and
I
Mild.
was like, I called up a buddy of mine and we got together and I was like, dude, he goes, you got some weed? I was like, yeah, dude. And I pull out that little pinner I mean,
This is not
it
working.
looked
Take a
like
hit of
nothing.
this.
Can you hear me?
And he says,
Yep.
"You brought that. You really expect me that you were even going to catch a buzz off that?" I was like, "I bet you $20." He says, I told him, "You put $20 on that over there. It's your counter. You put your
Yeah.
$20 on that windowsill over there, and we'll sit over here and we'll sit down and smoke this. If you can get up and get your $20,
Don't tell me he couldn't do it.
otherwise it's mine." He says, "Bet." I said, "You're gonna be on the fucking floor before you know it." He says, "Bullshit." And we sit down and we smoking this thing. And I was like, go ahead and take it. We smoked it till it was, teaser material, and it was good. It looked silly as fuck, like we were And he's like, he sits there for a minute after we were done. He's like, "You're so full of shit." He gets up. He said, "I'm gonna get my fucking $20." And turn around and he gets up, he takes 2 steps and he's flat on his face.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
Damn.
"Yeah, you know what? I know how long you're going to be there, so I'm waiting until you're about to get up before I get up because I don't want to fall down either." He's like,
How old were you then?
I was 20.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
He
were you
couldn't
at
believe
then?
it.
Were you in enlisted or anything?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
he
want
was
to
in the
monopolize the chat or anything.
Sorry. Bill, you out of here?
What did you say, Bill?
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Oh, yeah, I know. I tried to get in a few times. I couldn't.
Sorry, dude.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead. What's up?
I don't want to monopolize the chat or anything.
No, there's no such thing, dude.
No, what did you want to add?
No, I just was trying to ask Canoes a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it
Yeah. I just talk when I feel like y'all aren't trying to talk, but then again,
Lay it on me,
maybe y'all
brother.
were getting ready to talk.
Oh, I did that. Nobody heard me. So
Well, I think that's when I was coughing my ass off and had a little bit of bile come up and kind of puked a couple minutes
Oh,
ago.
no.
So I'll give you
Oh, no.
made a mess out of my beard.
Yeah, I'd rather hear what you had to say.
Yeah, tell me,
Yeah,
Bill, what is it? You
Did
got
my
the floor.
chat-
I got a mouthful now.
Yeah, you can't remember right now.
I got a mouthful of
That fucking bowl in the background too.
I got a mouthful of cashews. I'm sorry.
You
Man, I
got the
had
munchies.
pecans
That's what you
earlier,
got.
but
You got the munchies. You can't remember what
chopped
you got.
pecans. Oh my god, chopped pecans.
I got some dry roasted peanuts that sound really good about right now.
This hot cocoa is jamming. You guys keep all that salty stuff right now. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking you if you've seen the Trapper pistols. They're meant to, I mean, you can load them with just about anything. And they're double barrel pistols and they're black powder. And they're flintlock.
Yes, I
Or you
have
can
seen
get them.
those.
My
You can
dad
get them
might have had one when I was younger, but
percussion caps also.
Mhm. The ones I've seen were the percussion caps.
I think my
Yeah,
dad might have bought one
cool-looking,
from a yard sale back in the
old-fashioned
day.
handguns for sure.
My dad would buy and resell so many guns. Like he had the 50 round drum and some high end, like it was probably from the army, and somehow it just got like on the black market at a yard sale. And I wish my dad had kept it, but he resold it.
You know what I need? Really honestly, you know what utilitarian, what I need? I need a good, strong air pistol, pellet pistol. I need
Those
a
are always
strong
good.
pellet pistol. I don't want to have it.
We ate squirrel one night because of a
Both
pellet.
Glock and Sig Sauer make their own line of pellet pistols. And
Those
they're
things are
about top of
deadly
the
too.
line.
I mean, you can kill people with especially enough rounds.
Do they? But do they require the cartridges?
The CO2 cartridges, yeah, they go where the normal magazine would go. And
What's your high priority means for this?
I wonder if they make one that's you can self pump. Oh, when we go to cull rabbits.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to blow out a bunch of ammo killing rabbits.
No. Exactly.
Dude, yeah, like I could go to the farm and country store out here, the Rural King, and you can buy probably 5 different models of little, pellet pistols that take the CO2 cartridges, and yeah, the feet per
I'll
second
never
that
forget.
they put out with the 177 caliber pellet.
Yeah.
That's more than enough to take out a rabbit if you're shooting anywhere
yeah.
point blank to, a couple feet away. Then no problem.
If I remember correct, there was a pistol, and I don't remember if it was a Daisy or what have you, but it was a pistol, pellet rifle, BB gun kind of thing. And it had like the shotgun would move action. You could pump it up. You could pump up the pistol.
Yeah.
Just like you would one of the rifles, but on a smaller scale, I guess.
That's what we did with my buddy's little
Benjamin.
That's what I'm after.
Benjamin pump pellet pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Benjamin's
my
a
buddy
good
had
guy.
one, and you pump this little thing on it, and it had the CO2. You screw that in, and he was taking out little birds and everything with it. This is back in the day too. We're talking like 98.
Okay, hurry back.
You can buy it. You can buy a really good one pump, 1,650 feet per second
Right.
air rifle. They're not that. I mean,
That'd be
under
dirt cheap.
$200.
Yeah, but I need it in a pistol format because I got the rifle and I got the 177. You know what I'm saying?
The pistol
Oh, yeah.
like my buddy had definitely would tear up somebody.
I wouldn't mind having a 177 pistol, a pump pistol. You know what I'm saying? Pellet rifle or pellet gun.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Miss
just don't
that
want.
too.
I need the shorter utilitarian style stuff.
I used to love either airsoft, paintball, or pellet guns at any given time. It's just they're all fun. My brother almost got his eye taken out by a paintball because he wasn't wearing a mask. He was wearing sunglasses, I guess.
Oh no!
Yeah, my brother, he got inches away from taking out his eye. Paintball fight.
That's a funny thing. Is I was trying to get a paintball thing going together with a bunch of guys. Yeah, I'll buy a paintball gun. We'll get all the gear. We'll do paintball wars. And I had like 8 guys all lined up. I'm the only one who spent like $400 on paintball equipment. What a stupid loser I was. If anyone needs any paintball equipment, let me know.
Oh, no.
Like $3.
You might have to show it off to me though. That's how I love paintball.
I just wanted to shoot people.
Liquidated team. Yeah. They can be a good decoy. I mean, you could really mess up somebody's world before you like shoot at them. Like you pull out a paintball gun,
Yeah.
fire off some shots at them, and then they think you've just got a paintball gun. So the next thing you know, they're coming at you full force, and you just.
I tell you what, if somebody walked into my house, if I hit them with about 8 or 10 paintballs, I think they'd probably turn around and leave anyway.
Yeah.
It wouldn't kill them.
It could be a very effective.
You ever get hit by a paintball?
People depend on flashlights. They think that a light can stop people, and it's true. It can blind people with a high-powered light. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, you might. I mean, you get hit by a paintball at close range, you might think you've been shot.
If you ain't got nothing else, you probably are
get
going to
the
run
fuck
away.
out of here, man. Someone shooting at me.
If you're armed, though, you probably are going to be even more pissed and actually like shoot them in the foot or something.
Yeah.
So you just got to be careful with that idea.
I actually have that clip on my thing, but I don't know how to transfer it over about Biden saying you should shoot him in the leg, not the heart.
No, it's just
What's up? Canoe's back in the room. Good God.
They got a full auto P1 Crossman BB gun.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Crossman also they have a full auto M4 carbine.
I've still got my Daisy BB gun from when I was like 6 years old.
I got my old Daisy. It don't work
sights
no
fucked
more.
up on
The tubes and the seals need to be replaced.
You know.
Well, the cool thing about paintball is you can get those pepper balls.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Spicy
Yeah.
boy.
Light up somebody's world with that. And see, that's why I don't see why, like, there was a guy pulled over on the interstate who he drawed maybe a box cutter out of one hand, and then he had something shiny that he was pulling out of the other hand, and the cops wasted him. And this was just like last week. And I'm thinking, why didn't they tase him or something, or like shoot those at him? You know, I mean, it's gonna mess
Was that
up his
the
world.
one that happened down the highway?
There's even
That
gas.
the guy
Yeah,
was
it was
standing in traffic.
it was out in like a good neighborhood, like Brentwood or Cool Springs or
I think I
Franklin,
saw the
whatever.
video on that one.
Yeah,
I like
Like,
to
they just light
consider.
people up.
I like to consider the less than lethal options first.
Yeah. There's it's a pay and play thing, you know. They're not taught to use
Play
peace
stupid
officers are not
games,
peace
win
officers.
stupid prizes.
Cops were citizens of protection is what cops means.
Can you realistically, can you imagine in half a second or 3 seconds or whatever, having to make that decision? Well, should I grab my gun or should I grab my taser or should I grab pepper spray? You know,
Well,
I
the
understand
golden
the
rule
distance, they
is
don't
if you
have
got
the
if you
range
got
for
an
a taser.
attacker that's
ass.
within 15 feet of you with a lethal weapon, you take them out at 15 feet.
Yeah, but
You
not
can
all
even
guns
shoot them with a
come from you that far away. 15 feet is close, but it's not that far away either. So sometimes it's face to face.
If a guy's quick with a knife, he can take you out
Oh, yeah.
before you could draw your weapon with a knife.
The way
within
that
10
they
to
train the
20 feet.
FBI,
Yeah.
if you're
Okay,
the
here's my
FBI
point.
is trained
You're an
that
officer of
if
the
you
law.
face somebody with
I
a
watched a
knife,
police training
15 feet,
video
you
on
kill 'em.
people with knives.
It's 20 feet. The cop
Yeah,
could not draw
10
his
to 20
weapon.
feet, though.
The cop could not draw his weapon when the attacker was 20 feet away.
Well,
With a
it
knife.
is possible. You can't just generalize that. I've seen
Yeah, it's hard to
video
generalize.
They
where-
tested it. They
Kind of
tested it. They did extensive tests on it. And somebody with a knife, if he's within 20 feet of you, has
He's
a better
right, though.
chance of killing you than
That's exactly right.
if you killed him with your pistol.
But there's always evasive emotion. You can always evade the attacker too at the same time. It's not.
If you know he's got a knife, if you don't see that knife and you don't know
What if
that,
you're cornered
he just
and
comes
you
at
can't get
you.
away from it.
All I'm saying is every situation is different. You can't
We're
just-
talking.
I mean,
We're
it all
talking
depends
about.
on
when
if you've
you're-
drawn your gun. If you haven't drawn your gun, then yes, he
We're-
has
we're-
that. within
We're
20
talking
feet
about a
range.
split-second decision that you have to make.
Right.
Are you going to be able to do it?
No, my but the reason I even started talking about it is because I said, well, okay, you've got a split-second decision. You grab your taser, that was the wrong choice. You're dead. You grab your pepper spray, that's a less than lethal. You got someone coming at you with a knife, you're dead because it wasn't effective enough. What is your
Yeah.
first choice if your life is actually threatened?
Well, I worked for a security guard company, and one of our guards got stabbed 58 times in the back by somebody that jumped on his back, a crackhead, jumped on his back and stabbed him 58 times before he could even do anything.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm totally agreeing with you. What I'm saying is, if we're starting to talk about less than lethal in a life and death confrontation, Are you gonna
Well, you
grab-
don't have to worry about it. You don't have to play nice because you're a civilian. The cops do though. They and they're going to get sued.
I've got a whole family full of cops and a lot of friends that are cops too, and so I understand that position.
Security, the security company that I worked for, if I had to draw my weapon, my company would not give me any legal assistance or anything. All they do is they train you, and you're on your own, buddy. You know.
Yeah, you can't get insurance for that. You could work for a security company.
That's not going to keep you out of prison. That's not good. Insurance is going to keep you from all the fines, maybe.
Well, okay. I would have to disagree with that probably, but no, maybe.
Why?
Well, because you're insured for that.
You're not insured for that.
Things vary state to
I
state.
think I would choose a different company to work for.
No, I'm asking you. How could you possibly be insured for a wrongful death lawsuit? How could you possibly be insured for that?
Well, but if it was a wrongful death, then I guess you can't be insured against that. No,
But that's all I'm talking about.
It's more civil litigation that I was talking about. And
even if you were in the right, dear Butch, even if you were in the right, somebody, a perpetrator, their family could sue you for wrongful death.
Yep, civil suits.
Yeah, but I suppose. But so I guess the company that you work for would provide legal representation for you, and if you were found to be wrong, then
well, they didn't.
Yeah,
I'll be back in a few minutes. My computer's acting up.
And if you don't like the job, you know where you can go.
Restart, refresh.
This is what they told me.
Well, you know what?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll put this straightforward. I really always wanted to be in law enforcement, so I'm always going to be on the side of law enforcement. Not for everything, but
yeah,
I'm pro blue, supporting the police, but then it's just police.
90% of the guys out there, I'm telling you, 90% of them out there, it's just like our military. 90% of them are good, strong, upright people, or at least try to be. Most of them. There's that 10% that is a piece of shit, the bad apple in the barrel kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean to bring it into a law enforcement.
No,
thing.
I've got family that's my brother-in-law was.
Good cops hate bad cops more than the public hates bad cops.
We've had cops in the family, this and that, relatives, and I have a brother-in-law that was a Department of Corrections officer. He worked jails and he was a security vet for the prison system.
Several, yeah. To me, the best people you're ever going to know, for the most part. I mean, you can't generalize everything, but the best people you're ever going to know are people in law enforcement, I think.
Damn Skippy. It's funny though how law enforcement talk is almost like politics or religion these days. People can get so heated talking about law enforcement.
That's a sad part.
Well, think about it, guys. Anymore now, the guys that are there's two classes of cops. There's the yes men, and then there's the heroes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of the people, the good cops are pushed out, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for a fairly low-paying security guard company, and they paid for us to go through the armed training and everything, which was nice. I had what?
No, I said like the 6-hour gun class or whatever.
Oh no, it was longer than that. It was like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, okay. So you had the security training, not the gun training.
Well, we had all the gun training. The gun training was 2 weeks. Okay. It was expensive in my state. It might be different in your state. In my state, and then okay, I got my arm certification, and after I got my arm certification, then they put me out on patrols in a security guard car, right?
Yeah.
And there I am, and we're talking about. I'm even talking about with these cops, and they're like, "I'd hate to shoot somebody if I was you." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Did you ever stop to think about how your company would treat you? They'd throw you right under the bus if you shot somebody, even if it was justified."
Well, there's another.
And I said, "Sorry."
Well, no, there's another way to look at it. You're
Well, I didn't get to finish.
on the line.
You're not going to let me finish.
You shoot, you get sued. You don't shoot, you're dead.
Well,
About that.
right, right. That's true. But what I'm saying is the spot that I was in was, and every other guard that was an armed guard with that company, and I also drove armored cars and was armed on those. So, but the spot that I was in was the problem is they're not going to back you up if you have to draw your weapon and use it.
If it's self-defense, it backs itself up, Bill. That's the whole point.
It's not always the case, though.
Right. I understand you have to prove it's self-defense.
You have to prove your innocence.
No,
Yeah,
it's not the way
I get
it's
it.
supposed to work, but
that's not the way it's supposed to work, but that's
actually the opposite.
yeah, that's just the way it is.
And
Prove you.
And that goes without saying. If there's
You don't have to prove you're innocent.
there are law. Dear Bush, hold on, stop. There are law enforcement organizations that do offer legal advice, counsel, and support for
Police
law
departments
enforcement
do.
officers who find themselves in those situations. There's a
Police-
whole situation,
yes.
there's whole organizations designed to help those guys.
yes, police departments do have that. You're right, but not security guard companies.
Police union is a lot different than a security company, and I guess it's the security company that you're working for.
I worked with cops too. We had cops that worked for our company.
But
They
there are
moonlighted.
police- Yeah,
You don't-
you could join a union too, or an organization, law enforcement organization. I know about this because I am a member of the SPCOA, okay, or the CSPOA. I'm sorry, CSPOA, Constitutional Sheriff's Police Officer Organization Association. Are you familiar with that? Sheriff Mack, that kind of shit, Deputy Marshal kind of stuff. I understand these. I know what it is. I know what you're talking
Yep.
about, and I know what they're on.
Wiz can be part of the posse.
I can form the posse.
Yeah.
I got a badge to prove it too.
I heard you're not officially a security guard unless you've been tased.
Oh, jeez.
Had to go through taser training too.
Yeah.
I've been tased.
I had to go through handcuff training, taser training, pepper spray training, all of that.
Yep. I've been pepper sprayed too. I've been stun gunned. I've been bean bagged. Yep. I used to help
I've
with
been
the SWAT teams.
tased, but I haven't been bean bagged.
I used to shoot cops
Pepper
in
sprayed, yes.
simulations with pellet balls.
You know, a beanbag to the sternum can kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
What
hate you with
the point I'm trying to make here, Bill, before you move on, is there are organizations and people but there's support for that, for all of those people. Okay? You just gotta know where to look and know what you're doing.
I don't know where to look. I've
in the
been out of
situation you were in without the knowledge that there are people out there to help with that. Yeah, there's whole organizations out there set to help people like that.
maybe they're nationwide organizations
They
that I'm
are
not aware of.
nationwide organizations. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware of any of them. So
Look up
and
Sheriff
I'm
Mack. Look up Sheriff Mack in the Constitutional Sheriff's Police.
I'm not a security guard anymore, so I don't need to.
Well, I mean, just look it up for your own knowledge, so you can It's the solution to your situation that you're talking about.
So
I'm
I
sorry. I don't bitch about problems. I find solutions.
anyway,
That's what I do.
anyway, to move on from that, so what I did is, instead of being armed, I let my armed certification drop eventually, and did better as a EMT, and they put me through EMT training, and that's how I got my EMT certification, 286 college hours as an EMT in my state, which 240 of it is required, and I did 286 because I got in on water extrication and other types of training that was in addition to that. So I got other certifications as a first responder EMT.
I've known
Legitimate.
some EMTs.
That's respectable. That's what the classification I was in.
I worked my ass off. I worked my ass off to get that.
Right.
I'm proud of what I did. I worked my ass off. It didn't come easy.
Right.
I did it with broken ribs. I freaking finished up my EMT training with broken ribs.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I worked my ass
You
off.
told us about that. You were in the diving thing, and they lifted you up and broke your ribs.
Broke my hips.
Broke your ribs.
Yeah. They put that loop around me, jerked me out of the pool, and fractured my ribs. Yes.
Yeah.
I used to get the whole pamphlet from InfoWars. I've probably got several copies of the whole Constitution there, Carpenter. But that's just funny. They sell the Second Amendment insurance. I don't get insurance. You have to expound.
Well, anyway,
sorry to interrupt.
I started doing the security work just as extra part-time work because I was self-employed and I just needed extra part-time work, and things got slow, and I went full-time and went through all the training, everything I could get, because it was free. They offered it, the company did, and it didn't pay very good at all, but it was free training. So, and I worked my ass off. There's a lot of people were like, "How did you get that?" I said, "I worked my ass off for it."
Right.
Yep. I had to make a lot of sacrifices to do it.
Yep.
That shows your.
Did they ever throw you out of fucking plane? They threw my ass out of fucking plane. I not only had to figure out all the shit for the medic and do all that crazy stuff, they threw my ass out of airplanes, made me ride under helicopters and shit like that.
The fun stuff.
I'm beating bullets. Fucking thought I was Superman or something.
I was gonna say Batman over here.
Right. I was like, fuck off. Dumb shit. They threw me out of airplanes.
I was working out at Discover Card, and while I was working out there, security work, because they're paranoid as hell, Discover Card is. So they had security everywhere. And anyway, one of our supervisors, our main supervisor, was ex-CIA. And he gave us free training and got us all certified and everything for de-escalation stuff.
Right.
How to do de-escalation properly,
right.
And self-defense and apprehension. So that was even more training. So I got a lot of training out of this job, you know.
I wanted to train for scorpion boxing. It's like this technical type of fighting.
Well, I was conflicted because they weren't just teaching me that; they were teaching me how to kill people too. At the same time.
No, my martial arts taught me how to do that.
Well, yeah, there is a difference in the military training, I guess, than the martial arts, but yeah.
No, well, my martial art was for killing.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm too much of a pussy for that. Wait, my phone is on. I'm sorry.
Well, you know,
I just first thing I never want to get in a fight because I don't want to get hit. I'm too much of a weakling. I'm gonna be.
I can't talk about certain training I've had.
right. Well, I'll put it this way: when I joined the service, Butch, I was 17.
Heck,
Okay,
I
and
everyone's gonna say thank you for your service, but it no bullshit, man. Ain't no fucking way I was gonna do that. Not at my age. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Megan,
well, I
thanks
was
for
pissed at the world.
service.
Yeah.
I was too smart for this fucking school system. I had my GED when I turned 16. I was looking to go to prep school, college, and stuff. I wanted to go to like Yale to become a NASA scientist or something, aeronautic sciences. And turn around and I lost all hope of that and just basically knew my world was over the way I wanted it to be. So I was like, you know what? I wanted to die with honor. I couldn't kill myself because I was Christian already. And I wasn't going to live the life that was before me. So I had to figure something out. And I figured the only way I could do it is die with honor. So I joined the service and I checked all the boxes for all the shit they wanted to put me through. I was like, yeah, sure. What the fuck? Who cares? Put me through that training, this, that. And I volunteered for fucking ranger training and all this other shit. Airborne, and fucking jungle training, and fucking ranger training, and all the fucking bullshit that goes with it. Yeah. So yeah,
that's freaking cool. I think I don't know if my life would have been different or better or not if I would have, went into the military after high school. I might have been. I'm maybe a little more disciplined. Would have done pretty good, but I like my free going lifestyle right now. So,
well, they like me because they like me because I didn't give a shit if I died or not. I was ready to go do something. Yeah, and I was a smart son of a bitch, and I had no business being a paramedic. I was supposed to be a helicopter mechanic.
It's that ability to fight to keep from dying. I think is why they want Marines and Navy SEALs and Green Berets, right?
Right. I was pissed off because they didn't give me a green beret. They gave me a fucking maroon beret. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's because you're a medic. I was like, so?
My friend's granddad was a Green Beret and like handed him down his M1 Garand.
Oh shit. I'd love to have
the same
M1
buddy
Garand.
like has won competitions with Springfield 911s. I mean,
yeah.
And he's a damn pilot. So I just.
You know what the funny thing was? They issued us weapons.
We got good people.
When they issued us weapons at boot camp, that our weapons went with us.
Yeah.
It was the same weapon I checked out in Europe. It's the same weapon I checked out with in.
You got to keep the same one.
Same serial number followed me all my
all through all your tours.
Yep.
Wow.
See, a guy should be able to take that home when they're done, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
After you serve, you should be able to take your. I mean, that's.
Wasn't there?
It used to be that way
back in the day. It was way
back. Should be able to take that home.
Right. My 1911 and my M16. You're fucking right. I should be able to take that with me.
Oh, somebody wanted to sell me a 1911 the other day, an original 1911. I didn't buy it. I should have.
My friend's got a mock of a 1911.
It was a military 1911 too.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Did you go down to Panama?
No. I was in Europe when I signed up. They threw me in fucking Africa somewhere. There was monkeys and bugs I ain't never seen in my fucking life.
Oh shit.
Fucking crazy shit, man.
No.
Yeah,
That's
They stuck us in a fucking jungle. We don't even know. They didn't even tell us where we were. They just gave us a grid map of the grid of the grids that we were to be in, and we had to terrain ourselves. Yeah,
Have fun, boys. See you in 5 days.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
let's see.
You know
When you
what?
join the reserve, I had friends in the reserve, and they didn't.
I did
have
it
to
in
do
2.5 days. I did it in 2.5 days and turned around and had cigarettes the whole fucking time. I was like, it was badass.
chain smoking, which
Well, no, I mean,
or you just had cigarettes.
well, you time to time you take a break, you sit down, find a place to catch a fire, heat up some grub, and you know what I'm saying, smoke a cigarette, get back on the track.
Yeah.
Jungle doesn't get in my way.
Just thinking about Jurassic Park shit when you're telling me that.
Right, but there's just, I mean, shit, finding a place to sleep, fucking. Never go into a place like that, a situation like that, without rope.
Dude, rope.
Never have
I've
enough
always
rope.
got rope in the trunk of my car.
Rope and a
I mean,
knife.
I love
Rope
rope
and
and
a knife.
knife. That's my best friend.
Yep, you can make everything else on your way.
Yeah.
You got a good knife. I had a good trenching tool, good knife in my 1911. The M16 was on there, and I was geared out for camp.
See, I would carry, but the fact that I smoke, if I got pulled over and I had a gun on me, I would never be able to carry again. Even if I get
That's
pulled
like
over
here in
without
Ohio.
it, they
Like,
probably
if you
will
get
take
on-
it away. So I'm probably not going to do that much longer.
Yeah, in Ohio, if you get put on, if you apply and get into the state medical marijuana program, you're automatically denied a concealed carry permit. Or if you have one already, they will
Even
expire.
DUI, that'll fuck it all
But
up.
that law might be changing in the next couple of months.
But yeah, especially if you're carrying it on.
They're
you, but-
looking at going full constitutional carry here in Ohio for both. It's already constitutional open carry, but constitutional concealed carry is probably going to become a reality here in the next couple of months.
Oh, that's cool. Yep, here in Missouri, it's constitutional carry, constitutional open or closed. How better?
Yeah.
You don't have to do any registrations or anything. Transfer weapons. There's no restrictions on it. It's
no training.
I'm not
there's
an
such a
anti.
fine balance
Going to the
between-
sheriff's office to register. No fees.
I'm not an anti-gun person, but
as long as you're not restricted from gun carry. You know, there are those that are restricted from gun carry due to mental conditions.
right.
we all know they
The
overlook
problem
people's
is-
mental conditions, and that's why
The only
we've
problem I have with the whole constitutional carry, that's fine. Everyone should have a right to carry a gun. You shouldn't have to. I spent $75 on a class and $100 to get the damn permit so I could carry. You shouldn't have to do that. But the one thing you should be required to do is show that you're proficient with a firearm. You know the ins and outs and the safety. You should at least have some sort of class.
I think you should have a documented gun carry permit that you went to class for. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
I don't
they
want
should
people
divide
just
it
go
up
and buy a
so
gun
that
and they have no
you
idea
can
what
have
to do with it.
instruction
That bothers me.
and a test. And
I can't
you
believe
can
what I'm
buy your
Also
pass-
use that when they didn't even use that when they could have.
I
when people
cannot
opened
believe
guns
what I'm
up.
hearing right now.
You know,
Like,
Johnny's
yeah,
got a
You
gun down the road.
you
I'm
want
gonna
more
go
gun
get me.
control?
No, I
You-
don't want my. The only thing I'm asking for is responsible, because I'm a responsible gun owner.
Who
I don't
determines
want-
that? Who determines that?
Do you determine that, or does somebody else
That's what I'm
determine that?
saying.
Well,
You want somebody else to determine that?
yeah, jeez. You know, I tell you what. I know people who want to buy guns, who have no purpose owning a gun.
Why?
And I'm
Bill,
telling you,
where
no,
is
I'm not
there-
telling. I'm not okay. I don't want to get in a big gun debate, but I don't want. I think everyone should have a right to have a gun. They should.
They do. They have God-given right to own
Exactly.
weapons.
Under certain, there's certain people who should never have a gun, and that's through the court
Those
system.
people are usually
My
restricted from
problem-
ownership.
The only
Don't
problem
they-
is I
Yeah.
just want the thing is people go, okay, there's this big gun craze because something happened or whatever. So I feel I should we have problems with the police. So everyone should buy a gun. Well, if you
Yeah.
no, I have a very small it's the smallest issue. I just think people should know how to use a gun. I don't think you need to have a full training or anything like that. Although I would recommend it because I've went through it. But people
there is that-
people buy guns and they don't know what the hell they're doing with them.
That's
Right.
true.
That's why they
That's
come with
true.
instruction manuals.
And you know what?
Instruction manual won't tell you what
Responsibility.
to do in a situation.
Yeah, but you know what? If you know that, and you should have that conversation with them, say, look, have you ever taken a class? You need to, have you ever had any
When
instruction?
the judiciary system calls you a felon for having cocaine or anything, and then you can't carry a gun,
Right.
that's where problems start piling up, we'll say.
And that the whole felony thing bothers me too at the same time because there's people who have felonies for things they did 30 years ago and it was
Yeah.
I don't want felons to own guns, but there's a certain level of a felon that
hmm
why am I defending felons?
No, you gotta
Maybe it was
understand
that.
that.
Maybe that one I did earlier.
You could be a felon for
Or like
something
Don
very
T would
simple.
say, because you're a fucking liberal.
I'm fucking lib. Yeah, it's one of those damn Minnesota lib cards, right?
It's all about a reaction to a game that they're playing on all of us for a very
Right.
long time.
Right.
Now there is the thing is the problem that you're running into is you see society not ready and not responsible enough to maintain their weaponry or in this specific situation.
Not
So-
my point.
So right. Well, that's exactly what you're saying. That
No,
would be the
no,
point of your
no.
concern is that society hasn't taught these individuals
No.
responsibility in their freedoms of owning a weapon. So they haven't been educated, so they don't know anything about it because they've been kept away from it for so long. They're stupid about it.
No.
Fire
My-
in the bowl.
Fire in the bowl.
My
I'll
own.
do
My,
that first. I was going to take a
no,
leak.
don't stifle me.
No, I'm not stifling, but don't talk
No.
over me and listen to what I'm saying. I'm not putting
I
you down. I'm
was
not
listening.
arguing with you. I'm saying that this is the situation. Well, I'm trying to extrapolate what you're actually talking about.
No, I
And
appreciate
it's the individuals out there in this current culture have not experienced weaponry, been taught about weaponry in school. When I was in school, we still had ranges at school with 22s. Everybody had to go.
Hey,
Dude,
I brought my gun to school every day.
Okay, but I'm saying these generations here now.
I know.
Like the
30 and
Switzerlands, they are
everybody who's-
required to
Well,
actually
listen to what
go
I'm saying. Don't talk over me. Just let me finish.
Sorry.
The generations now, if you're like 35 or younger, you've never had any of that experience in your school, right? So they don't know about weaponry. They see what they see on movies. They and it's all gangsterized or criminalized action stuff. So they don't. That's what they think. That's how they associate weapons now.
I run a trap shooting. Well, I don't run it, but I.
But yeah,
support
but I'm saying
trap
that's,
shooting
we're
team.
talking about the general public and all that stuff. So,
Yeah. Well,
but
and
that's
my point.
what it is
Emerald,
freedom requires responsibility.
Right, Emerald. My point. Well, my only point wasn't that you should have to take an 8-hour class. But if you're gonna go out and buy a gun and you've never used a gun, you have no idea what you're doing with a gun. You can't. I'm not saying that somebody should have to take a class to do it, but if you want to be a responsible gun owner, at least you should go out with somebody who knows what they're doing, spend the time and learn how to properly use it.
Exactly, and a responsible gun owner would.
Yeah, but that's
So what are you're not talking about the responsible people. So you're going to restrict the responsible people because there's a bunch of idiots out there.
well, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
what you're going to do.
But see, that's where this whole conversation started, where it's constitutional carry, where just anyone can go out and buy a
Yeah,
gun.
anybody. And
It is constitutional.
It is.
I'm not. That's not my point. I'm not arguing.
Wait a
that.
minute, Jared Butch. You're missing everything here. It's not a constitutional fucking issue. It's a God-given right. The Constitution stops the government from fucking with you when you want to own a gun.
I know.
That's what the constitutional Second Amendment is about. It stops the government from infringing on your right to carry arms in any form or fashion you wish because it's a God-given right in your first place.
You're missing my point, though. My
What
point
is your
is,
point?
well, my point is that everyone should have a right to buy a gun. Everyone should have a
They
right
do
to
have a
carry
right.
gun.
Okay, they do.
And what I'm not saying is you shouldn't be able to do it. I'm just saying that the only thing I was asking for is that people learn how to use a gun. I don't think it should be mandated by anyone. I'm not saying that the government should tell you need to take the class. In fact, I started off my whole conversation with I had to pay $75 for a freaking class and then $100 for a damn permit just so I could carry a gun. That's bullshit. You shouldn't have to do that.
Exactly. Those are infringements on your rights.
Like the
Well,
Brady
and
law.
exactly, it's my right to carry a gun. And that's where I think we went different directions. Is all I was saying is government shouldn't mandate that you should have the right to have a gun, and they shouldn't you shouldn't have to go all through this crap. But I think I don't want the government to make somebody take a class to learn how to use a gun. But how do you have somebody who is scared and buys a gun to defend themselves, and they just own a gun? If they've never used a gun, they've never had training and how to handle it. Yeah,
But you don't think that they need to have the class?
No, I do.
At the same time.
I don't think they need. I don't think the government should force anyone to have a class. It'd be nice if everyone did. I would support that.
They don't have the
But
class, but they need to have the class.
The problem is people aren't that smart anymore. You can't dictate that. That's why the government gets involved all the time, because people are too stupid to go.
Well,
I'm just
that's
going to
what
buy
my
a
problem
gun.
is that they sometimes don't get involved where they need to, but they get involved where they shouldn't.
Well, we're not getting involved. Our government's not getting involved in the right things. They're involved in all the wrong things.
Right.
Well, government involvement in whether or not you should own a gun is beside the point. I think it's a personal responsibility for a person who buys a gun to,
Volunteer for a class.
all that.
Ask for training.
Keep it in a safe space, keep it locked up, keep the ammo separate, whatever, unless you're carrying it. Shut up, Doug. Doug distracts me right away.
Well, God bless you all. I understand. I think I understand.
No, it's just government shouldn't have to mandate it, but the problem
Government
is you got
shouldn't be
idiot
involved
people
in it
going
all.
on, especially when you get a president like Biden comes in and everyone's afraid, well, you're going to take our gun rights away. So everyone goes out and buys guns. They know what the hell they're doing with them. I mean,
Okay.
I've got 50 years experience with guns.
Yeah, but you know what? Because they're buying a gun now, they're going to get experience and they're going to get training and they're probably going to.
And Emerald, that's what I'm talking about. I would hope they would, but you don't know that they will. Shut up, Doug. No, people buy them because they're afraid. People buy
Not really.
them, or they just go steal them and use them illegally. But
Well, anybody that's doing that's going to create a situation for themselves anyway, no matter what.
I mean, there should be.
I
Yeah.
think they buy guns not because they're afraid, but because they don't want to be afraid.
A lot of it,
It's just
yeah.
like if drugs were legal, how many people would go out and really abuse them to the point where they endangered other people's lives unless it was illegal and it's all like pleasure for them to go against the law.
Well,
Right. The rebellion factor.
I
Yeah.
don't have any numbers in front of me. You go look at the numbers every time there's all these issues, all the riots and stuff that we had, and you know.
Well, yeah. Also, the drugs and stuff like that, because they're illicit. Then you have later drugs like weed. Guy selling weed now. He's got speed. Now he's got, because it's all illicit. You can't get it on, any other way. And yada yada. So there you get your carryover. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of anything else. It's because the list guy that they go to, because black market. It's not, he makes a better margin on cocaine, so he goes out and hits you with some rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I got these rocks over here, man. Just $40 for half eight, man. What's that? You're paying $65 for a fucking quarter ounce of that shit. You can get some of this here, man, for blow your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Come here.
Oh, that's great.
Shit.
Oh, drug smuggling, right? Who owns that? CIA?
Well, I have biker gang family, so I kind of know some of this shit. Okay. But, yeah.
Yeah. That's here nor there, I guess.
So,
I'm going to toast one more last drink to you guys.
yeah,
Thanks for
one more
having us.
fire in the bowl, and then we're calling it.
Yeah, I got
Here-
a packed
Here's
bowl.
I'm gonna wish you all good night right now. Hey, I
Rock
love
on, man.
I love having a heart to heart conversation with you. Little debate is fun.
Well, Dear Butch, I don't know if you realized or not, but I am a deputy marshal at the SBOA. And
No,
I am, I've been, as long as I can remember, I've been a member of the Goalkeepers.
I actually own an NRA sponsored sportsman's club, so I'm a gun rights activist, but I'm all about safety at the same time because we do high school trap teams and stuff like that. So
Well, what I hear in your voice is fear.
yeah,
Okay. Don't fear it. You know what the fear is? Fear is a signal saying that you don't know enough about a situation.
Fear is the mind killer.
I think he's here with us. It's just like my middle brother, he drinks, and sometimes it's harder for him to communicate his thoughts.
I got so much background noise. What did I miss? I'm confused.
Yeah, you got a little buffer there. You got a
I
little
don't know what's
buffer
going
there.
on. There's so much background noise. I don't know what's going on.
All righty.
That's too cute.
No, I'll
That's
just
too cute.
I'll just catch you guys later. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah,
Good night,
either way,
Patriot.
you're good talking
Bless
to
you.
you, man.
Thank you for coming up and hanging out with us.
See you, man. Hey, thanks a lot. Cheers, everyone. Have a good night.
Talk
Catch
to
you
you soon,
later.
buddy.
See you, brother.
Yeah. Rock on.
Godspeed on the flippity flip.
I just want to smoke a joint and shoot on my property. You got it, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
that's 4th of July, though, right?
That really
There you go.
burns me that I can't fucking shoot on my property.
Right.
Just inner
Yeah,
city.
Granted, I am surrounded by 3 housing developments, but I am.
I probably
very
couldn't really
careful
shoot around my
how I
house
shoot.
unless I really.
Yeah.
I can't even shoot a bow and arrow in some hay bales on my property.
That's
You
terrible.
can ask canoes, man. When we
Actually,
were
I
shooting,
can.
there was other people
Can't
shooting.
shoot. It is legal to shoot where I'm at.
Well, that was the trap club.
Just got to be careful.
What? Canoes?
When you were over and you heard the shooting, that was the Trap Club about 2 miles away.
Right. And here, when we weren't shooting, you could hear other people shooting.
Oh yeah.
Canoes was like, what the fuck? Right. And like, oh yeah, they're over there. That guy come over across the street. He starts shooting. He's got a big old 30-06 or something.
Oh,
He was lighting up and stuff. It was boom, 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 and I was like, "We got
Well, I
some boom,
remember-
boom moments to do."
Well,
Watch
dude,
this.
like about when I was shooting that one day and had all my stuff out there, and I was sighting in my rifles and shit, there was some dude like on the road past where we were shooting at, past the break, and
Right.
he like stopped his car and rolled down his window. He's like, "You better not be shooting at me." I'm like, and I shouted out, "I got a backstop. You're all good."
If I was shooting at you, you know it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I
But
think
yeah,
Kimmy's
we'll
taking off for
move the
night.
range.
Good night, Kimmy.
Yeah, good night, Kimmy. Doing well. Yeah, we'll put it over on the other side. Remember, I cleared that off for the campgrounds. So,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And so we just decided, since there wasn't that many people showing up, to turn it into a gun range. It was already cleared out. We didn't have to clear nothing. It's over. The other side of the mountain. Now you have to pick your weapon up pretty good to be shooting at the road. So we just had it down to where we were aiming downhill. The whole range was downhill, and you had to pick your weapon up pretty good to shoot at the road. So there was none of that. Yeah. The only one I was worried about was Apex, but his weapon shot twice. He couldn't use it no more. He was so pissed off.
Yeah, no, I think it shot like 3 or 4 times, and it got stuck on the last round that I tried to fire out of it.
Yeah. So I
My
let him
buddy-
do a clip off my AK, and he was happy.
My buddy, I was so jealous of him. He went to like some gun fair thing where they shot off like M60s and different, like even newer guns and stuff, like a new Scorpion. And it was sick, dude. I'm so jealous of him, dude. I can't even fucking get into it. Like, I need to get him on here so he could just tell you like all this shit. I know that sounds silly because, man, like I know it's not me or something, man. I give my buddy props, man, because he went from being like me, like just smoking and chilling, to like going into school and becoming a pilot. And well, he became a mechanic, prop and frame mechanic first. But, sorry to.
I don't know where we were going with all that anymore. But,
Yeah, just talking about guns, like a gun range and stuff.
Fire in the bowl, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I need to come over and shoot a few.
Yeah.
Off.
Oh, that's right. We were
First gun
talking
I
about
shot
that.
off that.
But we
This
got a
year
place
we
over on
need
the other side. Hammer wants to put a range back over where he's at. So we'll just make his place the range head, and we'll party at his place down there where we're doing the weapons. We'll set it up with the tables and stuff like that. But this time I'll have more tables.
Nice.
This time we need tannerite.
The first gun I shot off was 30-06, right into the ground. I was like 6 years old, July 4th. My dad was like, here's a real fireworks, son. I was like, oh yeah.
The first gun I ever shot was a 22 pistol. I was probably about 8 years old, I think.
My dad was gonna let me shoot a 12 gauge when I was, a little older, and I was like, well, we're in the city, and I was kind of scared that the neighbors, which they did get kind of pissed at my dad, because he would it's not even legal, and he would shoot it off in the city. So,
but basically, I learned how to shoot in Boy Scouts when I started out as a tenderfoot. Started with the 22 rifle and everything. Got NRA qualified as a sharpshooter, and went on from there.
Junior go to something? Yeah, I was 12 years old with a 410. shooting bird.
I
And
love
then
my
Grandpa,
sportsmen that
Grandpa was taking me out to shoot at something. He said, shoot something over there. It's fence post or something. I was like, there's a bird. And I picked it up and I shot it. He goes, now you got to eat it.
nice.
You
That's
shoot
perfect.
something, you got to eat it. I
Yes,
was like,
sir.
I don't know if I want to eat that bird. It wasn't bird. I was like, eat it. Ugh.
Yeah, I remember I was about 10 years old and I was using just my Daisy pump BB gun, and the first animal I ever shot was a crow, and I shot the damn thing probably 5 times and it still wasn't dead, and I was getting like really upset about it. I ran upstairs and I'm like, Dad, I need your help outside. And he's like, what do you need? And he's like, I told him, like, I shot a crow with my BB gun and it ain't dead. I've tried shooting him like 5 times and he's still alive. He got pissed off and he walked outside, saw the bird, and it's like wriggling around on the ground, and he just fucking put his boot down and just squished it. He's like, if you're not man enough to fucking put down an animal that you shot completely, he's like, you're not using your BB gun. He grounded me from it for about the whole fucking summer.
That's a funny story. No, I had some similar ones, but not trying to overrun the conversation.
Yeah. All righty. Well, I got to get out of here. I got puppies, got to go outside, and I got to shut down the generator. It's been going most of the day, so I'm going to try and shut it off before it shuts
I love
itself
you,
off.
Kimmy. I'm glad you came in too. Everybody up there lurking, if anybody is. I don't see the head count in this.
Yeah,
We
Skull
got
Grazer,
Cruise,
Miriam, Uncle Barry, Canoes, Bill, Dallas, Carpenter, everybody. Yeah. You know they're all out there. Nightingale's probably
Creeping under
Yeah.
the covers, staying warm.
Right. God bless you all. Thank you for being part of our community. It really means the world to me, and really does. I'm grateful every night we get together. You know, things happen, and just dream well, because we're gonna get through this shit. Rock on, guys. See you tomorrow night.
Bill, brother, Canoes, good night, Wiz, Emerald,